just can't drop the job slop. Oh, it's October. I'm gonna scare you. Ooh. Job application. Ooh. Job slop is straight up what people would be calling like real jobs is the thing. Like that's the what are you filling out resumes, attempting to get some job slop done? Jeesh. Oh yeah, true. Can't stop addicted to the job sin. If love work, my name is fucking Brendan. Goddamn motherfucking, is it doing the thing again? Son of a bitch, tighten this bitch. I hate it when this bitch gets loose. Can't stop addicted to the job sim. Hey there, my name is fucking Brendan. Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad to have you. Go to the bathroom if you have to poo. I could have been better. Oh. How's your Sunday? Yeah, well, I need my brain parasite. I need the microplastics in my body, or the, what is it? I need the potassium benzoate through in the inside of my brain. Yeah, I need the phenylketonurics, the phenylenedione that ruins your brain. How's your Sunday, chat? I went to refuel my pork stocks and then got the scaling fluid for my Keurig. That shit running clean now. I haven't used my French press in a while. I haven't made coffee in a while. I got a French press and then I was using it, and then I got sick of using it because it was too much work, and so now I'm just not having coffee again. It's just too much work. I was tired of using it. Well, Sunday was boring and nice. Got some nice writing done. Raining all day, so stayed in. My streamer raw dog in it. Well, no, I have caffeine. I got Coca-Cola. Well, that and like, I don't know, man. The only reason I even have any amount of caffeine is because I'm addicted to it. I'd probably, if I could go cold turkey caffeine, I think I'd get enough energy from the stimulants of this. I don't think it's good to have that much caffeine, which is why I don't like straight up drink 80 energy drinks a day anymore. On account of the stimulants. Just been laying around today. Do feel like a bit of a laying around day, don't it? Who got that vibe to it? Still sad we can't get Orb Coke. I mean, Crimson is coming, dude. Santa Claus is right around the corner. Zrinzen is coming. It's almost Crambo. Merry Chrysler. Happy Grambus. They say that shit. Sloth Sunday, am I right? Oh, yeah. Where's Koala Tuesday? It'll be a bit of a lazy day. I don't blame anybody for that. I always have trouble with Sundays. I don't know why. They're like the one day of the week where my brain just doesn't work. Something about Sundays. I don't know. I feel like Sunday is evil. I haven't worked retail in 3 years, and still Sundays are an evil day for me. Oh, wow. Hey, nice redeeming that watch streak. Wow. Oh, thank you so much for the 7 days. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do that every time, so maybe don't do that. That's my... I'm going to get really fucking weird with it every time somebody redeems a watch streak. Until you start redeeming the watch streaks just for me to do that. Got the Sunday scaries. I don't know why. I don't need the Sunday scaries. I don't have a normal job. Brendan, don't grab your breasts. Why? What, are you afraid of a man with honking tits? I'm sorry. Does that scare you? Are you afraid? Yeah. Meerkat Monday, Taper Tuesday, Wombat Wednesday, Titmouse Thursday, Froggy Friday, Snail Saturday, Sloth Sunday. Yeah, that's the... Oh, yeah, just bought the Zootopia calendar. True. Family's doing a dirty Santa for Christmas and 90% alcoholic, so it's easy to buy a present. I haven't gotten anything for Crimbo yet. November is right around the corner, though. I have no idea. I'm going to do the thing that I do every year and be like, I am broke. Here are, I don't know, portable batteries, and here's a quarter for everybody. I'd be like, here, everybody. Here's 25 cents for you. Here's a tuppence. Don't spend it all in one place. Be my Crimbo-ish. I was at the Aldi today, and I was so sad. I understand it's time, but they already getting the Crimbo stuff out. And do be that time for the holidays to begin in earnest. What a fucking joke, dude. People be like, don't be a Scrooge, and I'd be like, have you seen the world around you? Just get everybody a nice big boulder. Where the fuck am I going to source a big truck for the big boulder, bud? Where the fuck am I going to get a boulder? Where the fuck am I... Oh, yeah, you got to source the truck. You got to source the boulders. I'm going to have to go to a quarry. Why would you need a truck? Because he's my cat? What the fuck? Walked right into that one. Nice one, dude. What, you think I shouldn't own a cat? You think I'm not responsible enough? Yeah, okay, buddy. Go to the fucking corner. Think about what you did. It's 25 hours, no Nintendo Switch 2, no Donkey Kong. That's, 25 hours, no looking at your computer and sighing while you look at your Steam library. You're not going to play a game, but you're going to look at your games and be like, I should play a game. I make wine so everybody in my family can get wine for Christmas. Do you squash the grapes with your feet? How is the winemaking process? How's your wine going? That sucker pulls out my Switch 1. Wow, free upgrade. Here's a Switch 2. Damn it. Oh, I can't play the games on it. Yeah, here's a free upgrade. You're still grounded. Shit. Playing Overwatch 2 is so much better than Vampire 2. Well, I mean, that's... I don't know. Like, slightly depressing Vampire Dishonored versus, like, Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 kind of be like, I don't know. Whenever I see that, if my Battle.net ever launches and I see Overwatch 2, it reminds me of, like, Gigas from Earthbound. That's how I feel whenever I stare at it. Oh, Outer Worlds 2. Yeah, you shouldn't abbreviate things. This is like when motherfuckers were abbreviating Titanfall 2, it's TF2, and I was like, you gotta stop. One, Titanfall is one word, grow up. And two, it's not TF2. Brendan, Overwatch is one word, understandable. Overwatch, OW2 is the common colloquialism for Overwatch 2. Apparently Outer Worlds 2 is much better than 1's. Wow, iterating on a sequel, and the sequel is somehow better? That's crazy. I am going to assume that Outer Worlds 2, whenever I get around to it, if I get around to it, will be better than 1, and I will still be bored of it. I guarantee you that I will feel the same way I felt about Outer Worlds 2 that I feel about Avowed, which is, oh yeah, there's some good stuff here. Wish it was better, though. Not going to remember any of this. 1 wasn't great. 1 had a really good DLC, and that's what I had going for it. Like, I disagree on the point that 1 had a really good DLC. Dude, I forgot about Avowed? Yeah. Well, that's your problem when you make a video game, and then you make, like, a worse version of a BioWare RPG in your homebrew setting, and the homebrew setting is interesting, but god, do I not care about any of the characters. They even gave me Fish Garrus. They couldn't even make me care with Fish Garrus. Come on now. You give me Fish Garrus and you can't make me give a shit? But then have you heard that there isn't a new Katamari game? Adamus, I don't know what you're talking about. We played it like 2 days ago. I have like 3 hours left. I didn't want to play it today. Adamus, you're behind on the times. You're too busy. Also, I did see your message in the feedback channel, Adamus, but I was waiting for you to apparate on screen. It's in my wish list. I've thought about it, but I really don't like the vibe of it. Adamus recommended some roguelike video game store clerk shop simulator slop, and I was slightly interested, but I don't know if I can handle the PTSD. Shit, I can't even bait anymore. Dude, you're out of the game. You can bait, you just don't have the experience. You're rusty. Your bait is rusty. Adamus, I'm so fucking sorry, but you're a beloved member of the community. This sucks, dude. The entire time I was playing Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, I was making Adamus jokes because the company is named Adamus, and I went, God damn it. Hope they don't ask me about my opinion on Bioshock Infinite. You missed it the whole time. But also, people got a life, so I get it. The Zaffification of Adamus. You better not make Zaffy's name like a word, Roger. Lestwise it happens to you. Yeah, don't... Does Zaffy just mean also bullyable to you? Yeah, sorry, getting Zaffy is now a noun. We don't make the rules. I make the rules. This is what I get for being Pop-Ufer. I'm gonna desiccate you into 1,000 pieces and then put you in trail mix. Nobody's going to make storming a verb? Buddy, have I got news for you? You ever hear about the little bit of a war that happened in the 1940s? Guess what they did to the fucking Reichstag, dude? They fucking stormed it. Do it, coward, you won't. No balls. That's kind of the problem, is balls, actually. No balls in the trail mix. That's me when the trail mix is all fucking peanuts. Swear to fucking God, if there's not at least one fucking M&M in every bite, it just feels wrong. Don't want that natural healthy shit. I want poison from big company, and I want to be poisoned now. Want that shit that's like... I need to roll Brendan. What are you... You looking at the character sheet? Or are you talking about, like, beating me up, like rolling me? I don't get it. Like I'm an orb? Oh, you need to roll, Brendan. You should have put a comma there. I'm too busy cleaning the farm right now. Yeah, sorry. I'm too busy cleaning the farm. I apologize. They got a farm here. I got like 3 hours left in Katamari. I don't want to finish it yet. I got like 3 hours left in it. Maybe even 2 hours. I don't want to finish it yet. I'm savoring it. I'm sorry. I'm saving it for a day where I really need it. Today's not that day. Don't really need it today. I gotta save it for a day where I really, really need it. And I don't need it right now. I'm chilling. I'm ghouling it. I'm vibes maxing. I'm out here looking at the sun, taking in the sunshine, absorbing those vital nutrients, becoming one with the earth. Would you rather have 2 hours or 3 hours? Father time talking to me. Doctor talking to me. Is it terminal, sir? Yeah, you have rebar in your head. Can I say, I did watch a little bit more 911. So I wanted to give you the 911, like, current, theming. The medic of the fire team in 911 got rebar in his head. 3 episodes later, he's back with a tiny little red pucker mark. And to welcome him back after his medically induced coma, they made a giant cake of his head with the rebar in it. So you have a serious dad slop drama where the medic gets rebar in his fucking skull, and then to welcome the medic back, they make him a cake. Yes, like an actual stick of rebar went through his skull. They put him in a medically induced coma and surgically removed it. And then 3 episodes later, he's back. And he just has a tiny little red pucker mark. And to welcome him back, they get him a giant cake of his head with the rebar piece in it. This is a fire station. Hey, Brendan, I gotta ask, what? This is a show Murdoch, it has 9 seasons. It's currently running. The current season is a billionaire is sending the first responders into space to stop a geostorm. First episode has a bit where a baby is flushed down the toilet. They have to get the baby out of the toilet tubes. They have to get the baby out of the pipes. I've been talking about this show because I've been watching it a little bit. Main kind of character guy killed his wife and kids because he rented an apartment underneath theirs when he lived in St. Paul and drank and took pills and left a kerosene heater on and it burned. And like, here's the great part. His wife and kids burned to death, but he slept on the roof of the building that burned down. I still don't understand how his wife and his kids, like, or at least his wife died when, like, the druggy apartment he had been renting under their apartment with the kerosene lamp. There's no logic to it. The episode where the guy gets the rebar in his head, a bouncy castle flies away. It's called what? 911? Buddy, there are 2 spin-off shows of it, too. They got a spin-off show with Rob Lowe in there. It's, yeah, it's not good. I'm almost sold on Toilet Baby. It's not good, but almost in an interesting way. Like, it's almost bad in a way that, like, I kind of want to keep watching. I want to see where they go with this. It's insane that, like, they drop a plane crash in episode 4, and I was going through, like, the seasons, right? I was going through the seasons, and I was trying to, like, figure out exactly, like, what other things happen in the show, and I know for a fact that there is a, multiple giant storms and blackouts, and there's also a fucking tsunami 2-parter. YouTube Shorts Clip Farm Show? No, sorry, buddy. That's called Breaking Bad. That's the... Pretty much, though, yeah. It is wild that that show literally just exists to be, like, get, like, 30-second to 1-minute clips on TikTok of. Like, there's really no other reason I can think of it existing. Because I think if you take it seriously in any context, it's just bad. It sounds like they're 1 episode away from space terrorism. Not gonna lie to you, it is by the American Horror Story people. They are just putting... Is it new? Since 2018. Adamus, there are 2 seasons and 2 full spin-off shows. I am in season 1. This is season 1, by the way. Everything I'm talking about is in season 1. Of 9. Of 9! Yes, 9 seasons. The current season, they go to space to stop a geostorm. If it's by the American Horror Story people, I'd imagine it'd be hot steaming shock slop. It's so bad. How many seasons of Supernatural were there? What, 14, 15, 16? Is it 16? I feel like it's 16. Supernatural, I think, is good up until the Leviathan season is when it gets bad. IMO. And then it gets a little better here and there, depending. But I think Supernatural has, like, a level of, like, interest. Like, I am interested. It's still slop, but, like, I find it interesting up until the Leviathan season. And then the entirety of the Leviathan season of Supernatural is, we gotta make these boys big. We gotta make these piggies big so we can eat them. We gotta make these boys big. We hungry. We gotta eat that food. The people is our food. We're gonna sell them burger. Supernatural knows what it was, except for Leviathan season, which was just bad. I like some of the stuff with God. I don't like the God Sister stuff. I like the Scooby-Doo episode. And My thing about Supernatural is Leviathan season. I think the only good episodes are the Wonder ones. I think the overarching story ends for me at about season 6, because that's when I stopped giving a shit. But the Wonders are still good. Supernatural is actually wild because of how good the Wonders can still be in the later seasons. Aside from the Wonders that are soft launches of pilots that fail, like, I really hate it when Supernatural has a Wonder, or had a Wonder that was like, oh, this is a soft launch for a pilot. They had an episode where they changed the lore of, like, a bunch of monsters just so they could try to, like, pivot into the CW-style slop shapeshifter hot guy show. People were not buying it. It blew ass. I think Sam and Dean were in that episode barely. Sucked shit. Last year I was watching Fire Country, more firefighter slop, and Jared Padalecki showed up as an antagonist. Well, because he doesn't really do a lot outside of, well, he was Walker, Texas Ranger for a bit. But outside of Supernatural, he doesn't really do a lot. Is it Supernatural that already? No. Yes, but no. It's like, okay, you gotta understand that the good parts of Supernatural are when the two brothers are active humans and not angsty. You have to understand that there are goated episodes of Supernatural. I hate saying that. There is an episode of later Supernatural where Jared Padalecki's character, Sam, he has to help his old imaginary friend from when he was a child because a monster is murdering imaginary friends. There are a lot of really good bits in it. I think the Wonders are the best. I think the overarching stories are dog shit, but I think the Wonders are fantastic. Scooby-Doo episode is fun. Supernatural is a lot like the X-Files to me, where it is a Monster of the Week show and the Wonders are the best part. I can't think of a Supernatural show that has a good overarching story, or like a Monster of the Week show that has a good overarching story, because X-Files is right there. X-Files also has a really shitty overarching story. However, X-Files' shitty overarching story is held together by the fact that the cigarette-smoking man is a wonderful fucking villain. So I don't even care how absolutely dog shit the overarching story is. It's 100% carried by the cigarette-smoking man. They're just saying shit at a certain point with the X-Files overarching story. They're just saying shit, and it don't matter. Supernatural doesn't have that. They try to have that with, what's his name? Chudman. Chud guy. Somebody here knows. Somebody here was more of a Supernatural fan than me back in the day. Chudman. John Chudman. What's his name? Fuck. Crowley. Crowley is kind of like a consistent antagonist. And maybe one of the only consistent antagonists in the show. 5 little chuddies jumping on the bed. One fell off, oh, jacks his head. 4 little chuddies jumping on the bed. Lucifer was pretty good for a few seasons until going off the rails. Oh, Lucifer blows ass. I'm a hater. I think Lucifer is just too fucking stupid for me. I can't handle it. I'm a hater. What if the devil was real, and what if he used his devil powers to make you tell the truth and solved crimes? And then they get really into the God stuff, and it's like, man, this is my problem with Supernatural. Supernatural gets really into the God stuff, and then always and forever, it's Supernatural has the, yeah, Christianity is the only religion that matters. And that's like one of my biggest problems with Supernatural, is they do not give the proper weight to any other religion. If it is an Eastern religion or an old pagan religion, it is always like, they're afraid of the angels. The angels are so strong and the Christian God is real. I hate that shit. And I know it's because of the Americanisms of Supernatural, but God, do I hate the fact that it's like, yeah, Christianity is the only real Christianity. It's the only real one. There are the other ones too, but like, they don't make any sense. They're not as cool. We only do the other ones when we want to do one-off episodes. We only want to do Judaism when we get to talk about Nazis and then talk about golems, and that's it. We only want to do Eastern religions when their gods are like puny wimps who get their butt beat by angels. I like this stupid what for Lucifer. I just fucking... It's such a will they, won't they, will they, won't they, won't they, will they, won't they. For once, I want a show where the main character doesn't fall in love with the lady, and the lady is a horrifying goblin. Want it to where the main character is in love with the lady at first, and then realizes what a hot, wet mess she is and says, actually, no, ew. Need more shit like Columbo, where he has a wife, and his wife is just always off screen. Do you remember when they made a Sherlock Holmes show with Lucy Liu as Watson, and then it got 8 seasons? 8 seasons? Eight seasons. Anybody remember the show Eureka? I do. I like Eureka until they get into time shit. And then all the stuff after like season 1 and 2 is just absolutely crap. Yeah, let me hit you with this. You remember Haven? Anybody remember Fringe? Same problem. Once they get way too into multiverse stuff, it kind of turns to shit. Although I know that's the main component of Fringe. They did have Leonard Nimoy in Fringe, yeah. They got his ass in there. I was watching classic Star Trek for the first time. Storm Templar would be proud of me. I did get bored, but I did get to at least the episode where Sulu goes batshit and he starts trying to fence people on the Enterprise. Good bit. Don't like Kirk, though. I understand why Sheldon Bazinga Big Bang Theory really likes Spock. Don't like the green blood. I think it's kind of stupid, but I get it. The episode when the solution was a sponsored deodorant was the worst part of Eureka, and that was before the time shit. Yeah. Was that Axe, or was that Bod? Was it Axe? I can't even remember that episode in Eureka. Eureka was definitely a victim of its own success, where it got almost too successful, and sci-fi kind of started to enslopify it. Almost the second that it started to gain any traction. That's what's sad about Eureka, I think. Now the guy from Eureka is like the dishwasher guy. He's the Maytag man. And I see him and I'm like, oh yeah, Eureka guy. Spock is kind of autism coded. Well, I mean, he do be logical. I don't know. Captain, you should try this. Yes, Mr. Spock? It's Tylenol. Yummy. He's probably making more money with the commercials. Oh yeah, almost guaranteed. Captain, I've prepared for you your dossier, and also I've sent you a little something-something. It's Sonic the Hedgehog fanfiction. Would you care to take a look at it? I've written it so that Amy Rose has gigantic bazongas that get in the way, and she always says owie when she walks out of the door. Spock, this is 400 chapters. Giant bazongas would be too illogical for Spock? Wow, there is logic and less logic. It'd be the... Mr. Spock, what are you reading? It's Captain. It's competitive competitive ranked breast growth. What is it? Competitively ranked breast growth competition. Mr. Spock, that's wild. Yes, Captain. It is wild, but very logical. What the fuck? Oh, that's just like a real thing. That's like a real book. Liberty, I don't know how you haven't been here while we haven't like talked about it. I haven't read it yet, but I quite enjoy the world building, Captain. Here, take a look. Yeah, they got a book about bazongas. I don't know if it's a web novel or a book, though. I still haven't looked it up. Not reading the fucking Crow Boy Fall in Love with You. Stop recommending it to me. Stop putting it on my fucking Goodreads. I don't want to know anything about the falling in love with the tepid Crow Boy. Stop. I'm almost done with Earthsea, though. I just got through all of the short stories in Earthsea. And I'm on the final Earthsea book. My streamer, Dangerous Crowboy, who destroys the plastic coated. Oh, sounds like me. Yeah, true. I would destroy those who are trying to bring plastic into my kingdom of heaven. The only thing that I will accept is beautiful, wonderful gold. Nothing else in my kingdom of heaven. Dangerous rat boy who melts the porcelain. Scary skeleton who hangs out in your closet and whispers your own secrets back to you. I'm uncomfortable. I hate this chair. I'm in chair hating mode again. I fucking... hate. Your heaven has no Legos? What a horrible eternity. Nah, you're stupid. My Legos is made of gold. Grow up. You Lego with plastic. Me Lego with precious metals. Grow up, maybe. You can have anything in heaven except for root beer. What? God don't like it. Why? You just don't like it. Why? You just don't like it. Finding the mandate of heaven that, like, you are immune to your own destiny as long as you keep drinking root beer. Yeah, you can forge your own path, but only if you're drinking root beer while you're doing it. Shit, fuck, damn it, fuck, shit, fuck. Golden Legos? Yeah, golden Legos somehow cheaper than actual Legos be like the... Which way overpriced plastic fan? 40K or Lego? Yeah. You know about the smart brick drama? No, I want to learn though. What do you mean a smart brick? This is a brick Lego tested last year in certain markets via the city set, which they then requested back. It is the evolution of the tech used in Lego Mario. It just is it's just an NFC chip, right? Oh, it just is it's just like an NFC chip and a speaker probably, but it raises the price of Legos by like 40 bucks. Of course. Look, your Lego set's interactive now. And people be like, buddy, adults are buying these. They're putting them on the shelf. They don't want the interactivity. I could see how adult Lego enthusiasts would get mad about the smart bricks, and it's mostly because I think that Lego enthusiasts forget that Lego markets to kids. I know you're saying think of the poor small business toy company, and I think $40 is maybe a bit much, but also the toys are now more toys. What's the... I'm not saying don't buy them if you're an adult, but like they are toys. Making the toys more like a toy sounds like a toy company thing. It's supposed to hit Star Wars very hard. Oh no. The poor Star Wars adults. How horrible. Oh no. Well, here's the thing with Lego. It don't matter. They're gonna buy the Star Wars Lego sets anyway. If you're buying Star Wars Lego sets, you're already fucked. Like you're beyond cooked. Like I'm sorry. You're gonna buy it no matter what they do. They could tell you $40,000 and then make you put your thumb in your butt and they'll still buy it. Yeah, but like buying buckets of Lego isn't keeping it in the package and then putting it on the wall, or making it and then putting it on the wall and then getting mad when your kids try to play with it. I never got Lego as a kid because I could not follow those instructions. I don't believe you. I was a bucket kid. 100% not true. There were buckets. Did you not know about the buckets? It ain't about following the instructions. It's about doing whatever the fuck you want with them. The only crazy thing with the new Lego Death Star only being 1/2 an orb, why not just reprint the old one for an even higher price? Cause they like Lego like money. No, because my friend always had sets and his buckets were made from the sets. Well, that's not how that works. I mean, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because you were born and raised in a different country than me. So like, the buckets, were they making you, did they have buckets of sets with the instructions and they were trying to like follow the instructions and then rebuild them? What's the... No, I'm talking about the value Lego buckets. I was a value Lego buckets kid. I don't know what you're talking about. Used to get a value Lego bucket. There was just random Legos in that bitch. Build whatever the fuck you want. But yeah, I'm not trying to trivialize hobby drama. I can understand why Lego would come for interactivity, because Lego Mario is great for kids. And then they're thinking, oh shit, Lego Mario, kids loved Lego Mario, right? Let's add that to our other sets, forgetting that like a good 50 to 70% of the Lego audience now is people from ages 22 to 65. They had Legos because they were too expensive and we didn't get buckets. The buckets were not expensive. You got the fucking buckets on like, well, the buckets were more like, oh shit, this shit on like either, well, not really the clearance aisle, but this shit like the easiest shit to get a hold of. To be fair, I had one bucket. It was a red bucket. I only found out about Lego buckets 3 years ago. Their parents would buy them sets as they came out. They would just put that in buckets. I feel like, I don't know, man. The point for creativity is like the Lego. Bucket boy. Which way, Lego man? Bucket boy, set boy, connect boy, Mega Blocks girl, Duplo girl, bucket girl, bucket son, or Connect's daughter. Connect's daughter. She's gonna get really into engineering. That'd be the... Couldn't keep the sets together, so I ended up with a bucket of many broken sets. I wasn't like a gigantic Lego kid is the thing. I had the bucket. Yeah, my BBW, my big Bionicle Warrior. I was growing up around Bionicle time, but I did not get any Bionicle. It was all Pokemon. I was a boring kid. Anything and everything Pokemon. Fucking Pokédex, fucking Pokemon guidebook, fucking Pikachu shirt, fucking video games, fucking Burger King Pokeball with the gold card. Did you see the Bionicle movie? Nah. I didn't care about Bionicle. I wasn't really friends with anybody who did care about Bionicle. I was very much a video games and read kind of kid. Did not have a lot of toys beyond the age of like 5. I think from like the age of 5, not a lot of like toys really. Had a bike, rode the bike sometimes. Had the bucket. I fucked with Bionicle. Do I get back into it or get in the model kits and minis instead? Depends on how bad the Bionicle resale market is. They don't make new Bionicles, so you're basically just either buying vintage Bionicle and fucking with them, or... I mean, mini kits and figures, that's new. That's Make'ems. It's pretty bad. I would assume it's pretty bad. You gotta get lucky and find one of those out-of-the-way, like, empty town Dollar Generals that still has Bionicle in them somehow. I built one figure in my time. I built one kit, and it was an Android 18 kit, and then I broke it, and so now it's just in a closet somewhere. I built one Android 18 figure kit, didn't stick together properly, and I'm kind of mad about it. Doesn't stand up. I think the model is just a little scuffed. I was like, nah, we're done with this. Last time I was going to buy a toy, I was like 13, and I picked up the toy and went, wait, I'm not a kid anymore. What am I doing? See, that's true until it comes to like a Nerf gun. Brandon, you think you can drive a car from Cars, or do you think they're solid on the inside? I think you can get up in there, and then they consume you like a Venus flytrap. You need to glue it more? It doesn't have glue. It wasn't a gluable figure kit. It was a push them together one. None of the cars from Cars have a nice meaty interior on the inside. Where did their fucking brain go? Their brain in there. Mechanical brain. Built my first Gundam like a year ago and something clicked that I can't stop. I am thankful that I never got into giant robots. I like Armored Core. Thankful I never got into giant robots. There are a lot of hobbies that I'm glad I'm not into on account of the fact they cost money. But the Armored Core kits are so good, I just wouldn't know what to do with them, man. There's just so much space. I like having some of my stuff, but that's just so much space, man. You'd be far funnier if you were one. Okay, Sidfish, you can't tell me that. Drawing mechas out here. Don't even. Fucking Iron Blood my orphans until I... Lancer my TTRPG until I... I'm neutral on giant mechs. I am. I think they neat. I don't get a lot out of them. I like giant monsters. I think kaiju are cool. Mechs, I don't know. Kind of neutral on them. Brendan, I think it'd be way funnier if you pulled out a big cigar and started smoking it. Brendan, I think it'd be way funnier if you pulled out your penis and you started jorking it and be the... Brendan, I think you could get a lot of views if you jacked your peen right now. That'd go crazy. Viral clip everywhere. Think about it, maybe. No one said that in chat? You did in my mind. Projecting. Exhibitionism. You would peak again in popularity if you did. Did see a comment, and God, it was so funny. They'd posted it on it was on the second channel under like a community post, and they're sad to see Brendan fell off. And I went, it's been like 3 years, bud. I've been like, I know I'm in the fall off arc. Such a fucking weird thing to say. I was like, God, it took you a while, huh? Like, I'm kind of getting into the We Are So Back arc now. I think you're like a couple of years late to the party. It was kind of weird to see that, because I was just like, yeah, I don't know, man. That's basically a 5-year-old comment. I'm like, I kind of been about 5 years of that, man. Like, you are late. Brendan stopped being cool and fell off when he stopped making fun of people on the internet for my amusement. I mean, I keep making fun of people on the internet. It's just people in my chat. I never stopped. I just stopped making garbage and started making a different kind of garbage. Brendan, are you okay? What did you fall off of? Big horse. Got unreasonably mad earlier today when I was doing my own Top Gun's career, and then she immediately gets sleep deprived before I even do the debut. Genuinely was mad. I was just like, I do like breathing exercises because I don't think I've gotten that mad at a video game in a while. I was like, Is Big Horse like the big cowboy for Uma? They have Akabono. Akabono is Big Horse. They're not out yet. Right now is Meishi Dodo, I think, and then I think the Marazinski and the Special Week outfits are still out, but I got lucky and I got them both. I think Idiot Failure Daughter is the current one in the banner, and then I don't know when Akabono is going to come out because that's Big Horse. Akabono is the horse that in all of the anime they draw her like in the background sometimes as a gag, like she's kaiju sized. I think when her ability pops, the animation for her ability is she's stomping around the town destroying buildings. Yeah, she's the horse got to the big side. This is my horse when they're at their big size. Idiot Fail Daughter, is that the one I keep seeing people draw fat? I don't know. I've seen the chubby Super Creek. That's Goo Goo Babies. Hey, Brett, what's your favorite pizza toppings? I'm not going to fall for your I'm not going to fall for your streamer slop right now. I'm talking about horses. I know you want me to stop talking about Uma Musume Pretty Derby, and I know that because you're hitting me with the fucking streamer slop. You've put the pellet in front of my cage, and I'm not falling for it. Nice try. I don't know, horses, dog. What was it? Was it the Tenno show just happened, or the Kikua show just happened in Japanese horse racing? Damn it, he read me like a damn magazine? Yeah, I did. Well, I mean, it was a pretty see-through attempt. I understand. You win this round, Sugar Cube boy. Good, now give me 100 carrots so I can pull another banner. Side Games has their death grip on me. It goes, it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. That should be like a guillotine. I am right now in the Uma stage of I finished the event card. Now I have to decide if I care enough about like the free ticket to finish the event before it ends tomorrow. Kikuka show. Yeah, the Kikuka show just happened. I saw that there was a Japanese racehorse and I'm really fucking excited. I hope they bring it to Uma, named World Premiere. I hope they bring that horse to Uma. Would fucking love to have a racehorse who's just, this is my racehorse, World Premiere. Now I'm running World Premiere on Long. I was peeping the... I didn't read the article, but saw an article with a headline that made me smile, which is, why don't more video games do the Gears of War active reload? And I was like, I've been saying that shit for years. I don't know why. Deadlock got an item for it. Every time I think of Gears of War, I think, God, they need their active reload in more fucking video games. How fun is the horse girl game? I see people playing it, but I guess I just don't get what's fun about it. It's just kind of fun. It's just numbers. It's numbers. It's run the horse. It's look at my idiot horse. They're so good at running. It's literally a roguelike, but it's got gacha attached to it. Easy brain poison to play while I shit. You train the horses. There's RNG. Funny events, cool outfits, and like any gacha game, but it's like you can watch the horses race. The fun of the game is starting a race and hitting view results, and then pressing skip, 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 turbo speed, skip, 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 skip. And I mean, to be fair, that is kind of like the end game of it. You got to roll your perfect horses. Skipping lower SMH. I always play a horse career in full once. And then it's skip, 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 skip. It's the same lore every time. I don't want to be reading the same lore every time. It's the same lore. Data, whenever he sees his brother, people be like, Data, he's the same lore. And Data's like, I can fix him. You can't fix him. He's the same lore. Guess what? Can't fix him. First time in fall. Yeah, first time in full. Skip stuff you've already seen. That's Uma. Fuck, I opened the staple and I got a basic Appaloosa. Nah, it wouldn't be that way. It's like the, all of the horses are modeled and based off of Japanese, like, legendary racehorses. They get isekai'd into a world where horses aren't real, but horse girls are. Oh no, I was making a funny joke. Yeah, one of the horses, Rice Shower, she died. They had to kill her in the track. Multiple horses that they're based off of, like, had to be put down, fucking dead. R.I.P. Haru Urara. Eating that fucking ryegrass in heaven, dude. Goldship is real and still alive and a freak. Most of the horses are dead and not alive. Six Haru dupes, 2 Super Creek dupes, 1 Mayana Top Gun, and the Goldship. You're pulling for Manhattan Cafe. Manhattan Cafe ain't even out yet. Come on now. Got into a horse, boom, found out she's been dead for years. Pretty much. Love that their careers mirror, like, their real-life horse counterparts, except for the fact that, like, in the anime, if their horse would have died, they just are like, all right, send you to America. Are they going to put Secretariat in the game? I don't think so. There are a lot of legendary Japanese racehorses, and Taiki Shuttle and... God, Taiki Shuttle is already technically American. So is, Grass Wonder? I think Taiki Shuttle and Grass Wonder are technically American, although they were racing in Japan. But, I don't know. I don't know if they do Secretariat, because you got to remember that they have to get, like, the rights to these horses. And it's going to be a lot easier to get, like, Japanese racehorses for the Japanese gacha game. I think Skibbity Riz is like a horse that... I think Skibbity Riz still running. And I think the Skibbity Riz has, like, Japanese racehorsing lineage. But I don't know if they'd ever put Skibbity Riz in the game. If it isn't relevant to Japanese racing specifically, I don't think they'll do them. I have to. Oh my god. I have to shit. I will be back as soon as I can. Okay, I'm back. I straight up was just sitting there, and then immediately out of nowhere, it was like, you have to shit. You have to shit. You have to shit. Felt like the fucking Ozzy, what is it? Ozzy and Drix. Shit's already lost 5 pounds. I do feel like a great weight has been lifted. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh. I do feel a lot better. This world will fall to darkness. Not anymore. I took a great shit. I don't think so. I don't think the world's gonna fall to darkness anymore. Sorry. Don't worry, Brendan. It'll be time to shit again. Oh, just like Sierra Madre. When they say begin again. They're talking about shitting again. What horse do you vote for president? Secretariat or Seabiscuit? I don't know, man. I'll vote for any horse. They got to do better than the current administration. I don't even care. I'll vote for a horse, sure. I don't even care. Horse for president would be way better than our current predicament. Like, honestly. You know what's great about a fucking horse is a horse would shut the fuck up. I think we do not have a man in the White House again. I think they're too over. I think he's just too emotional for a man. I don't think we should vote a man in the White House again. I think he's just too emotional for a man. I don't think he's gotten anything done except for whine and cry like a big baby, so I think we need to kick the big baby out. Freddie, would you vote for a pony pope? I'm not a cardinal, so... Am I a cardinal of the horse church? I'm not gonna do a write-in. I'm gonna do my duty and vote for the do-nothing baby. Trying to do my part in pushing the overton window, slowly but surely. As everybody else says, why even bother? And I'd be like, that's fine, whatever, man. I don't got time to make you interested in the process. You get divorced, vote for Horse Pope because he has no belief in God. What is he going to do as the Pope? That's kind of like voting for a dog to be your town mayor. Like, what does he really do? Dipping into the coffers for doggy biscuits, dipping into the coffers for big carrots. Lower sugar cube prices and oil, I guess. A vote for Horse Pope immediately goes to war with the Middle East. What the fuck do you mean he's running war from Vatican City? He's the Horse Pope, man. That's what he does. Why does he want the oil? I don't know, man. He drives a sweet sports car. He wants that premium oil. I wish people weren't flawed. Why say that, dude? That makes no sense. Our flaws make us. Flaws can be positive and negative, buddy. Our flaws make us who we are. Yeah, that's a simple take if you believe in, like, the inherent boringness of life. Unfortunately, to be able to have and be human is also to inherently be flawed. I don't say I wish people weren't flawed. I wish people weren't fucking dithering morons. That's more appropriate for me. To be flawed is fine. Flaws are what make us human. The problem with AI in general is the idea of trying to create quote-unquote perfect art when art itself is naturally perfect because it is flawed. People are perfect because they're flawed. The problem is not the flaws. The problem is fucking stupid. Yeah, it can't be bald, perfect flesh creatures like in Dark City. Plus, Dark City fucking boring anyway. That shit like floating around in space on the back of a giant whale or whatever. All they do all day is be bitches. They don't do shit. They sit around in their fucking meat cavern and be bitches. All they do is sit there and eat bitch stew. Like, I don't... There is no idea of perfection, and your idea of human perfection has been corrupted and maligned by media over the years, and the idea of the perfect human. There is no such thing as the perfect human. Nobody is perfect. Nobody's perfect. I live a boring life if it meant no conflict ever again. Why? You are generalizing conflict. I think what you are wishing for is a more peaceful life. I think you are not wishing for people to not be inherently flawed. You got to remember that that's not the same thing. You are not thinking, you are thinking of conflict as like external, internal conflict is important to growth. Without external conflict, you have no room to grow. Without failure, you have no room to grow. Without setbacks, without the it is so over moments, you can never have the we are so back moments because you don't know when you are so back if you're already there. The idea of a perfect human or to be a perfect human with no peace of mind is inherently an ideology that leads to, well, if we get rid of the imperfects, there will only be the perfect left. Which is in itself a flaw. To wish for perfection is maybe one of the worst flaws. But, like, unfortunately, like, I think realistically, I don't mind flaws. I don't mind conflict. I just wish people weren't so fucking stupid. I wish everybody had the want and need to grow and change as a person, to want and grow and to better the experience of life for themselves and those around them. But, like, you know, what are you to do? I like my life, as terrible as it gets and as bad as it be. It is my one. Then again, isn't ignorance a flaw? Yeah. But, like, you're generalizing. I'm specifying. Without ignorance, you would never have growth. You have to be ignorant of something to learn. I would say if I could wipe a flaw away, it would be the lack of willingness to learn. I wish people couldn't recognize their flaws. They couldn't be the hypocrites they are now. Not enough people get their shit knocked in. And I'm not talking about, like, physicality. I'm not talking about, like, punch some dude in the face. But I am saying that not enough people get their shit knocked in. The only reason I have chosen to grow and change as a person and to try to be better and do better is because I got my shit knocked in over and over again. Not through, like, you know, physical means, but through psychological means. I got my shit knocked in a lot. Verbally? Not really. More like hyper ego death. But also, like, I took the Brendan pill and made sure, like, I was aware of my flaws. Because I looked at my previous actions and was like, yeah, that's not a good thing to do, bud. Yeah, that's not good behavior. Okay. But that comes from a willingness to learn. If I didn't get my shit knocked in, if I ended up, like, if the stuff that I had done on the internet had grown... especially like my earlier stuff, if it had grown even larger and gotten even larger than where it had been when I kind of stopped a little bit, I definitely would be a shithead, I think. I've been doing internet stuff since I was 19, and I'm 32. What I see and understand is whenever I see somebody in like their mid-20s on YouTube kind of turn out to be a bit of a shithead, I am not surprised because they haven't had the ego death. It is so easy to surround yourself with sycophantic people who all they will want to do is pump you big and round with kind words, and I have not had the luxury of that, and I'm thankful for it, in a way. Because I think that power corrupts absolutely. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I think that even if I went big and round in some context or form in the modern era, I would still worry, but I do believe I have the wherewithal to be able to handle that power. Horrible timeline where Brendan's a kick streamer. Oh, that'd be if I took up the family business, was doing meth on stream. That's the do meth on stream side. Will undergoing ego death make me like people more? No. I mean, if you want me to talk about my experience with this, I can. If you want to get a little serious talk, I can talk about my experience with, like, I guess ego death and getting knocked down a peg. For a little while there, back in like 2019 into 2020. Kind of everything I was doing was floundering, and I was working 40 to 50 hour weeks at Best Buy while also coming home and trying to A, have a social life, spend time with my wife, B, spend time with my friends, and then C, also find enough time to be able to do, 20 to 40 hours of internet work a week. And so you're talking about like 80 hours of straight up getting my shit kicked in, getting my shit rocked in, dealing with, retail customers on top of dealing with like trying to be creative, and getting like 4 hours of sleep a night every single fucking night just so that I could like have time to do things, on top of failing to be able to do chores, kitchen getting messy, house getting disgusting, shit literally. And this is back in 2019, so this would have been apartment. Not being able to like make time for my family or for my wife or for anything because I was just trying to grind. And I would say the only reason I experienced ego death was really just A, getting knocked down a peg by failing so often, and B, getting told to kill yourself on like a monthly basis in like comments will get you there. That'll get you there. That ain't good though. And then also getting every L at once, kind of falling apart, and then having a mental breakdown once a month for a good 2-year period. And I mean like a full mental breakdown, like lock the bathroom, lay in the bathtub, turn the lights off, and cry. Because at some point in my life, and a lot of people think this, and everybody will think this at some point in my life, I thought I was owed success. Because of what I went through as a kid, there was this part of me for a long time, and this led to the breakdowns and led to me realizing I'm not owed anything. We are all on this orb. The world doesn't owe me anything. If I make something or do something, then it should be like at least decent enough for somebody to like giggle. I got the, not the tortured artist syndrome, but the I'm too good to fail. I'm too good to fail. And going through that while also like grinding my face to the fucking mill, putting my face in the stone and watching it wipe away the skin, leaving only bone and brain. After a while, it got to be too much, and then my brain just broke. And then I quit my job, and I was like, fuck this, I'm just gonna focus on internet stuff. And then I slowly stopped doing YouTube videos because I was like, if I don't like doing this, why do I do it? And then I found streaming is more of a passion because I like the live environment, and I like yapping, and I've always liked yapping, and that's kind of what I was doing with YouTube anyway. And it's got to be weird for people, and I know it seems weird to kind of half throw away a YouTube channel that was moderately successful, and I don't see it as thrown away. I see it as it's there if I want to go back to it. If I want to do something, I can go back to it. I have a Mountain Dew sitting in my fridge. I'm a lot more confident in my look and my brain, and I feel like if I go back to it, it's going to be scary. Not ready to go back to it, because right now I'm in the learning writing better process. But I've thought about it, and I've been thinking about it, and I feel like I could almost be ready to get back into it a little bit here and there. But that's part of growing and evolving, is also realizing that bit of yourself that thinks you're owed anything to the world because you exist in the world. The world doesn't owe you anything, but it's on you to make that shit jiggle and shake. You got to look at Gaia's ass and go, I'm going to make that shit wobble. Nothing I do will ever be good. This is freeing because now I can just do what comes to me naturally on a whim. I don't agree with that take. I agree with, at some point, I will make something I think that will be really good. You got to have a bit of an ego. You can't like let the ego fall by. I am of the impression that you should have you should temper your ego. You should not have an ego. Whether Earth is truly the greatest BBW, one day the Renaissance will happen, slowly but surely. The Renaissance didn't happen all at once. The Renaissance won't happen all at once. But I mean, this is me. A lot of my shit getting knocked down is me knocking my shit down. And the downside to knocking your shit down yourself is that you do get a little afraid. You get afraid of failure. You get a little afraid of failure. And it's really, really easy to fall into that. But if you're comfortable with failure, knowing that inevitably you will get a W, the W will come. But you have to experience failure to experience a W. Nobody picks up a baseball and throws the baseball perfect in one go. The ego has only created problems for me, and if I look at it as if I were picking cool leaves and flowers from the flow of the river, it will be healthier probably. Probably, but also you should... I see, my thought process is, without an ego, you may not have drive. And I think you do need ego. It's like the concept of ego in id. I understand the kind of like the let go, but I do think you do need ego. I think without ego, you don't have drive. There are a lot of things that can drive a person, but a little bit of ego is important. Because without ego and id, like, where is the person, I guess? Not saying that you need to be egomaniacal, but I am saying that when it comes to you, you should be your first hype man. The first hype man you ever meet is going to be yourself. You have to hype yourself up a little bit. I do that a lot, where I'm just like, yeah, I'm good at this. Yeah, I'm fucking sick. Yeah, I'm fat with it. Yeah, I got a rockin' ass. You need positive reinforcement. You need a bit of an ego. Without the ego, it's far easier to fall into those pits. You need the ego, you need the id, but you need to temper it. Not everything is black and white. This is not a no ego, have an ego world. You need to temper your own, like, expectations, and you need to temper yourself. Because there will be failure. You will fail. You will fall. And you got to get back up. Like I was saying during the hay stream, no matter what you do, the rock got to go up the hill. Nobody else around to push it. You might get some help now and then. But to find that help, you got to start pushing the rock up the hill. No, the fuck I won't. Yeah, I do, buddy. I'm sorry, but that rock will. Yeah, you will. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, 1 second. I'm getting a DM. Yeah, okay, there we go. Sorry, I was sending a DM. Perhaps my expectations have been set too high. Maybe. It's really easy to get world weary, especially in the current world we are in today, but that's part of the process, is you look at the world and then you're like... You look at the world and you look at other people succeeding. It's really easy to look at people who you feel like are not talented and not as good as you, and looking at their success and saying, I deserve that. Yeah, Rock went up the hill. I fucking sent him a gnome image. Gnome put you up the hill, buddy. I'm sorry. It's really fucking easy to get into that mindset of, why are people that are... I mean, this is talking from personal experience. It's really, really easy to get into that mindset of, why are people that are worse than me more popular than me? Why are the whims of the world... Why the world don't want me, man? Completely unrelated, but watching any of your streams with a migraine is transformative. Good. And I mean, these are dog shit generalizations. You can, anything that I'm saying, you can find at like your mom's spin class, like an older man holding crystals in both of his hands saying this shit. But You can't look at somebody else's bowl and say, oh, their bowl is fucking overflowing, and then look at your bowl and be like, why my bowl empty? You can, and you should in some circumstances, absolutely. But you can't let it poison your mind when it comes to, I guess, success in your field, I would say. For me, it's more, why is my vision of the world not the consensus? Answer for you, because people are weird. I can't explain it to you, man. People are fucking weird. It's part of the system. It's part of the culture that we create for ourselves. It's part of the world. People is fucking weird. The process that you have to find is you need to find like-minded people who think like you. Without, unless your vision is, we should be eating dogs. Everybody, we should be eating dogs. Everybody. Go to the dog eating convention, meeting like-minded individuals who also think, yeah, we should be eating dogs. Instead of popsicles, we should have pupsicles, like the... We should be eating chicken and Winnegish. I'll get slowly better even if I don't recognize it. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to, like, work and stuff. Creating the man-eat-dog world, yeah. When it comes to working on stuff, that's me. Like, a lot of the writing shit that I do is just basic exercises, making sure, like, I know vocabulary, starting and stopping a story, writing a fight with a hot vampire lady, not pirate captain, but ship captain, being like, okay, but how gross do I want to make her? I don't believe we should be prejudiced. I don't know, man. I want to be racist, but I don't know, man. Playing devil's advocate to racism here. Having my sleep moment. No, bless you. That one guy who loves playing devil's advocate be like, no, I think that one of those things that people always preach about tolerance that they forget is that, yeah, tolerance is good and accepting is good. There should be no prejudice except against intolerance. It's a funny paradigm. It's a funny thing. I think that tolerating intolerance isn't needed. You don't gotta tolerate intolerance. That's the point. It's intolerance. Right, you see the CSGO knife situation? It's really funny that Valve can just wipe like a couple of $1 billion away from digital markets. Tolerance of intolerance is intolerance. You are perpetuating the intolerance, therefore it is intolerance. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, dog. I'm not a therapist. I can't tell you what's going on in your slime. I can relate my personal experiences towards it. And I can say that, like, if you are worried about the situation the world is in, then you got to take your day one step at a time and not doom her a little bit. It's fucking hard. I don't know how other motherfuckers do it. Like, I genuinely don't know how other motherfuckers don't, like, fall into the doom spiral. Because it's real easy for me, even if I try to, like, not look at it, because the torture nexus is a giant red orb outside of my window. It's like, you can close the curtains, but the red light's still gonna come in. Yeah, I'm glad I emptied out my, I pretty much emptied out my Steam library. I didn't have anything in CS anyway, so never had a knife. I think if you ever go back to being unmedicated, I think becoming crust punk would fix you. I think the medication fixes me on account of the fact that, like, it makes my brain work better. Punk died in the 90s? Well, no, punk is still around. Part of the problem today is the idea of, like, a counterculture and that the current administration represents that counterculture when realistically it doesn't. Somehow, like, the current, like, unfortunate reality of the world is the idea that the chuds believe that they are the counterculture when they are literally the example of the machine. Somehow the machine found a way to sell itself as the counterculture to people. The machine found a way to be like, oh, wait a minute here. If we sell ourselves as the counterculture, morons will buy it as if they're rebelling against the machine. People think being offensive is punk. People think eating boots is punk. When, like, that's the farthest, like, eating boot leather is the farthest away from punk that you can possibly be. You're eating boot. Punks hate the punks the administration claims to be. Well, it's literally just the burn it down philosophy. It's the this guy is like us and not like them. It's the easiest, like, this rich man is an outsider. We should believe in his words because we are scared. Any criticism of capitalism will always be co-opted by capitalism. Pretty much, it's built into the system. Then again, I can't complain. Capitalism allows me to do what I do. I don't know, man. As a married white man in 2025, things are looking great for me. I say that, but they're going to put my ass in chains and put me in the fucking ADHD work camp, so. Come on, man. We need you to pick the corn. And I'd be like, I'm sure the commune can use streamers, right? Right? Brendan has a service, hurting himself daily, and I value and purchase it, bound by mod runes. I like doing what I'm doing, but I also understand that doing what I do is also kind of silly. My job inherently is by nature incredibly silly and stupid. And my thought process is, as long as I can give people a little bit of noise while they're doing something that's actually important or during their leisure time, I'm fine with that. Amuse me, Jester. What if you had a big bottle of water, and what if you drank it now? What if you drank every sip of that water? What if you got as fat as a cow? How was that? Did you like that one, or was that the... What if you had a big beef burger? What if you ate it in one big bite? Go to the hospital because the burger too big. Now you have a tiny mouth after reconstructive surgery. What was that? Oh, quite amusing. Here's a tuppence for you. Brendan should just steal the Flintstones. It's a living joke. Dr. Disrespect did that, and he got in a lot of trouble. You're not supposed to stream in a bathroom. I heard that Dr. Disrespect, allegedly, when he went into that bathroom and streamed in there, he opened his mouth and sat in one of the stalls and said, "It's a living," asking people to pee in his mouth. He really wanted to piss. Allegedly. You could write an album of children's songs? Yeah, probably. Chips and cheese and beef and chips. We love the chips and beef. Tell your parents to go to the store and get you some chips and beef. What did they miss? We're in the chips and beef world. You have to pick one. Brendan would make a killing as a python on account of the fact I'm 6'5" and could constrict you. Finally, a Casey and his brothers sound alike. At least you know how to chew your food, unlike Markiplier. Markiplier hate makes me feel so vindicated. What did he do, man? What has he done? What did he do? Posting a picture of me in the Markiplier subreddit that says Brendicated whenever there's a big drama about Markiplier. Is he even doing anything? The last time I saw him do something, I was a little bit disappointed because he had just done like a video on Voices of the Void that wasn't even trying, man. And he had an old version of the game installed. I still think that's one of the fucking weirdest things you can do as a millionaire, like, Let's Player. At the very least, you can invest yourself in the game. Even if I don't like the game, I will invest myself in the game. You can afford to not give a shit? Yeah, I know, but it's just like, man. If you don't have the passion for it anymore, then let go, fall into the void. I'll take your slop. Oh, he's been posting new Silent Hill videos. I don't know, man. Maybe I just find it weird from like a perception standpoint, because I'm very much if something ain't working, I will just try to begin again. It's one of those things where I see YouTubers and I see streamers and they don't pivot and they don't maneuver. And then they look at their number and their number go down and they're like, why number go down? And it's like, you didn't pivot. You didn't try something new. You didn't try something else. You didn't work on yourself. You were doing the stanky leg for 20 years. And then you were wondering why people stopped wanting to watch you do the stanky leg. If I get rich, I totally won't forget where I came from. Well, the problem with wealth is that no matter what you do, wealth is naturally corrupting. It's great to say that, and it's great to have that mindset, but unfortunately, there are too many mechanisms in place that I don't believe. I believe that to have wealth and to not lose yourself within that wealth and within that power is an incredibly Herculean undertaking. I'm not saying that as an excuse for the rich, but I am saying that, like, as a, if I was rich, it'd be different. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that if I was rich that it would be different for me. I think I could slow the decay. I think I could slow the decline, but I think that it's just a natural process. Understanding that process and then keeping yourself. Here's the problem with being rich is the problem with being rich is money fixes a lot of problems, but it also adds new problems that are not as difficult to deal with as the other problems. But it adds the problem of anxiety. It adds the problem of that personal greed outweighing your natural tendencies. I think I'm glad I'm poor on some degree. I do wish I had more money, but on some facet, I'm glad I'm poor in a way. Because, like, honestly, if I had more money, I would just do a lot more charity streams. I don't really get a lot of opportunities to do that because all my time is basically already making sure that, like, I don't go broke. So that's like one of the only things I can think of that would change if I was rich. I've had that question before. Where it's like, Brendan, if you were rich, and I've thought about it, and it's like a lot of like, I think I would still do what I do, but I would take more breaks, and I would probably try to do more things that are charitable rather than just like trying to focus on me and getting that shit paid. Brendan, would you drink the Simpsons Mega Slushie? Oh, the Slurpee? The Goosh? What is it called? Oh god, don't even. The Slurshie? Nope, don't even. Squishy. It's a squishy. No, it's a squishy. It's called a squishy. I had to be a millennial for a second, I had to remember. Maybe you'll win the Monopoly money from McDonald's? Nah, I won't. I'm not built to have wealth. I'm built to... I already burn out. Now it's my time to fade off like the setting sun. Unless I get really lucky, in which case, wow, look at you, big boy. I'm kind of comfortable in a way in my place in this world, which is I don't worry about the we are so back moment. If the we are so back moment happens, awesome. I'm just trying to live. The universe has stopped Brendan from being rich several times. I don't know, man. I remember like mental fugue states I've had where I just wondered if there's some kind of omnipotent being out there who's just like, is there a god? Does he fucking hate me? But then also just being like, oh no, I think I'm just weirdly unlucky. Lucky and unlucky at the same time. I think I'd be terrified if I ever came into wealth because I know that that's like the, oh shit, I'm gonna die, aren't I? That's gonna be the, oh fuck. God isn't real, and if you believe in God, you're part of the problem. Not true, man. I think that is, I'm agnostic. I don't fundamentally believe in a God, and I don't defend organized religion. However, churches are important, except for the shitty ones, because they give people a sense of community. I'm not saying that you need God in your life. I'm not saying that God is real. Fundamentally, maybe. I'm agnostic. I don't know. I don't know the ways of the universe. Probably not, but if he is, shit, I got my bases covered. I'm an atheist with fire insurance. But churches exist for a reason. That reason isn't to worship a god. That reason isn't to, like, clear yourself of all sin. Churches exist for a community, and some people need something greater than themselves to believe in. Now, the problem is that, once again, churches give a very subsect of people power over others. And what does power do? Power corrupts. The problem, I don't think, is with the belief in God or the belief in religion. I think the problem is with evil people taking advantage of the weak and stupid. But I think that churches, religion, they're important to people. And I'm not going to be somebody who immediately denigrates somebody for following a religion. Yeah, but churches have caused way more harm than good. Well, yeah, if you're looking at the big picture, absolutely. It's something that I'm a bit wishy-washy on, particularly because I think that it is important for people to have a common goal and a meeting space and a third place, and a church is a really great third place for a lot of people. While I understand that religion and organized religion in a lot of facets is a net negative overall, but its power. The good things about churches, you're thinking about like the grand marketplace, the grand strategy of I guess, you're thinking of this in Hearts of Iron terms, and you're not thinking of this in like, you're not seeing the forest for the trees. You're seeing the forest fire and not the trees. Human civilization has only done bad. Like, it's you zoom out far enough and there's only bad. What I'm talking about churches doing good is I'm talking about if you're a part of a church and it's a part of a healthy church, you have a lot of people in that ecosystem who are willing to help. I'm jealous of people who are part of a healthy church. Like, I understand fundamentally, you go to a healthy church, you have people there who will, on a dime, help you with anything you need. Think about all the churches that have helped poor families, that have taken and done food drives. Think about the churches that have offered actual counseling and actual help. I'm not talking about for-profit churches. I'm not talking about like religion to make money. I'm not talking about the shitty churches that are there just to get power and tell people they're going to hell. So you pay them $5 and you walk away. I'm talking about real churches, real communities of real people. When you go outside and somebody goes to a church, and there may be a couple of shitty people in the church, but the church overall as an institution, that specific church is there to help people in need. Good churches are out there. The problem is there are, unfortunately, people will be people. I think that looking at religion as a kind of myopic, like, only one solution thing is not the truth. Plus, like, all religion is bad, once again, kind of excommunicates a lot of, like, Eastern religions or religions that are less religion and more philosophy. You look at the following, like, Buddhism. A lot of religions that I don't know jack shit about, of course, because I'm American, so a lot of my experiences is Catholicism and Christianity, so I'm out of my depth here. Yeah, but the power to do that was inside of us. Do we need the catalyst of the church? Kind of. But you're... Once again, I think this is a Christianity-Catholicism bad take. Catholicism can get pretty bad. Absolutely. But this is not a black or a white issue. I agree with you that there are religions and churches that are a problem. But this is, once again, a gigantic conversation in scope. And I don't know if we're ready to have in power washing, and I don't know if I'm well equipped to be able to talk about it in the way that you would find interesting, or in a way that would change your mind. Because my belief is there are good people and there are bad people. There are a lot of shades of gray. There are a lot of bad apples. There are a lot of good apples, too. You're not going to see or hear about the good apples. You're only ever going to see the bad apples. When you're only ever seeing the bad apples, that's all you're ever going to fucking think. But on the other hand, all cops is bastards. So, like, to point, there's a counterpoint to that. I'm debating myself here for you, so you don't have to do it. Do I think the system could use a rework? Yeah, but I also think that I don't want to excommunicate a normal person just because they go to a normal church. Every Sunday they go to a church, they pray to God, their pastors actually help. The pastors have helped them in times of need. That's their personal creed. Would I join a church? No. I don't think that I need organized religion in my life. Don't want it, don't need it. But I don't want to denigrate it for somebody else who may find themselves in need of that, help. My moment of questioning faith came very young. And it was a question that I asked, why does God just let bad things happen to people? And it was part of his plan, all part of his plan. I'm like, why does God let bad things happen to me? And I had this moment as a kid where I just was like, you know what? Faith is just my mom's name. I don't need this. At a very young age, I was like 7. I was like, this blows. 1, it's boring. It's not Pokemon. 2, I do not understand how a greater omnipotent being needs you to go through the crucible while other people get to live their lives from 0 to 100 completely and utterly carefree. But also growing up and realizing that, like, some people do need a church. Some people want a church. Some people need that kind of, like, other. And it's really fucking hard to find another space in kind of the modern world now. We're also online. Online is kind of a lot of third spaces for a lot of people. Online is my third space. I can raw dog the absurd. I don't understand why everybody else can. People is built different, man. Not everybody going to have the same brain as you. Some people can rotate the apple. Some people can't. Some people can't rotate the apple and create amazing fucking art. Some people can rotate the apple perfectly and make dog shit art. You are a cumulative experience of your experiences, and you are going to be a different person than the person next to you. You are a product of your parents and the experiences within. Realizing and understanding that individuals be different, not everybody built like me, is important to the human condition. Where the fuck are you? It's one of those human condition moments. Yeah, it's called poison damage, buddy. You're gonna be going in a moment here. No. More like the human status condition. Brendan, would you ever live in a cave if there were shadows that showed fantastic images? Fuck no, I like the internet. Well, no, actually, it'd be hard. Bit of a goon cave there. I'd see a lot of fat titties and a lot of beefy dudes and fat titties. It'd be the... Really brought home the point with the funny noises? I don't know, man. I haven't had a lot to talk about lately in terms of like life because my life's boring. So like we get into like I guess the bit of the philosophical conversations with about as much depth as I know they're not. It's not a deep talk. I understand and fundamentally get like I'm out of my depth usually when it comes to some of that stuff. But also I'm just a guy. I'm an internet guy. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have all the answers. I don't have a lot of answers. That's fun. That's the fun of life for me, is kind of learning what I feel and what I think. And I really enjoy life. Even if it's shit sometimes, I love life. It's stupid. And it fucking sucks. But every day be a little bit different. And I really like being alive. It's fucking weird. Yeah, what is a creature gonna do if I make funny noises? Is that a creature at me? Buddy, I don't care. Put me in the work camp. I'm gonna be taking down as many guys as I can before you take me down. My thought process has always been, when it comes down to it, when it comes down to me versus the greater evil, I'll go down swinging. What kind of life is it? But also, I do love life. You want one of us to stalk you that'll give you something to talk about? No, I've been, doing okay. I mean, I'm fucking super poor. Like, that's my biggest worry, is just trying to get these VODs edited so I can have ad income from YouTube. My biggest problem has just been like, I am broke. Looking at like part-time work and being like, nobody's fucking hiring, or if they are, I'm just like, oh god, do I bite the bullet? Looking at job applications and going, Nothing crazy. I've been doing anything insane. Just living. Rudimentary and boring experience. Have you thought about applying to be a power washer? No, I couldn't handle it. That's too much work outside. I'm either going to work with people or in a warehouse. I am relegated to, I will either work with a people or I will work in a warehouse. What do you mean power washing point cap? Why is there a point cap? So you spend your points, but I don't wanna. What if I don't want to spend my points? It gave me like 5 different pings of like, you're running out of power wash points. You're running out of, I'm like, couldn't handle the vibration of the power washing? Nah. I've always said if I gotta go in the job market, I do not mind it. It would just be a, I gotta go into like something I already know what to do. Stone Circle. Take me to Stonebridge. Gotta let us give you Patreon money? Just, nah, because I'm not going to be making videos. I stream. Oh, thank you, Mr. Kung Fu Grip. Oh, thank you for the watch streak. Oh, thank you so much. Oh. I'm going to do that every time, by the way. Just every time somebody redeems that. Don't touch your tits. I'm sorry, but like you redeemed it, so. What was that? That was how cringe can I be when you redeem the watch streak? I'm trying to take away parasocial points. Oh, thank you, Skelicopter, for the watch streak. Oh. See, every time I'm nothing to do about it. Looking at my 10-day notification streak, ready to go. Oh, so I should pull my pants off and just start jerking off on camera. Got it. I really don't like the watch streaks. And the watch streak, it just seems like such a weird, not pathetic for you, chat, by the way. I'm not saying that it's pathetic for you to use them. I think it's pathetic on Twitch's end. Can't even turn it off. It just exists. I think it's pathetic. It's a... What's the word? It's a transparent way to try to make people more incentivized to be parasocial. And it's incredibly transparent. And like, I know people will fall for it. They'll be like, I gotta keep up my watch streak. It's a very blatant attempt at parasocializing audiences even further. And I don't want somebody to be made fun of for watching my fucking streams. I don't want you to fucking feel bad because you have a 10-day watch streak. Fuck. You're here, we're having an okay time. You shouldn't have to feel bad. I don't like it. Don't feel bad for being here. I accept you. I have a good time. If I didn't like you as a chatter, you'd be gone. I would have destroyed you. Oh, thank you, Chankle, too. You like me? I like all the chatters here. If I had a problem with you, you'd be gone. Or I would tell you. Storm, every time I've had an issue with anything you've ever done, have I immediately told you? If I had an issue, it would be done. You'd be dusted. Like, don't beat yourself up. You're going to get put in the corner. Like, and I'm always going to give people a chance. Go in the corner first and then think about what you did. Brendaniel, you're supposed to hate us. I don't know, man. Sometimes I'm a little bit over-emotional. Like, I can have cranky days and angry days where something can set me off, and I try to apologize if that happens. I'm a human. I'm common. Like, I've had days before where I've timed somebody out for something that, on another day, if I was in a better mood, it would be a problem. It's part of that, like, my life be like a fucking hurricane. Sometimes, unfortunately, you internalize things that are out of your control, and that leads to stress, and that leads to stress in your work environment. And I usually try to internalize that and be self-aware about it. My life be like a video game, trying hard to beat the stage, all the while collecting coins. The tobacco quitting day with time on galore. Yeah, no, I've learned that if I need to quit nicotine, I need to take a week off. I was hoping that medicated I could handle it. No, I couldn't. I was handling it better medicated, but I couldn't do it. One day... But no, I even if I sometimes, like, I'm like, fuck, I reap what I sow, I'm appreciative of the little community I built for myself. I carved a little circle out and invited some goblins into the cave. Like, it's okay, every smoker nicotine consumer on Earth has tried to quit and fail at least once. Yeah, I'm up to like 17, so I'm working on it. Stream chat giving you a big rocket. Oh, that is a cool VTuber model. Damn, I am jealous. Sometimes it do be hard being a default white boy out here. Look at all that sauce. Checkmate. Pizza chess. I like to wash. Interesting. Why are there so many copies of Metroid Prime? Why am I built that way? When the tacos come out caliente. Is there... I already see. That's the Punisher with the big rocket. I can already see. It do be a problem. It do be a problem. Shelby had to get me a cup because my fucking dick and balls are too big for my Halloween costume. But that's not going to stop the bulge, so I'm just going to wear basketball shorts over it. So Slenderman's just going to be balling this Halloween. As a non-smoker, can art stop making it look so cool? Because holy fuck, why does every medium make it look so sauced up? Oh, for smoking? Because it does look cool, and it sucks. Don't do it. It does look cool. Don't fucking do it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I burped. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Smoking looks cool as shit. Don't do it. One, you get addicted to it. Two, do you really want to be in a situation like me where, like, you can't get access to nicotine and you're fucking fiending for it? Like, Zaffy, you already have Raven Team Leader. Imagine if somebody said you can't play as Raven Team Leader. You can't look at anything Raven Team Leader adjacent for, like, a week. That, and, like, compound that dopamine into, like, a 5-minute bit. No, don't say that. Don't say that. That's how it is. Your brain, with nicotine and addiction, your brain is constantly working against you to try to get more of that yummy, yummy chemical. What would be the thing I would need to avoid? I don't know, man. They do say you gotta avoid the Noid. What's my addiction? I don't know, man. I'm not soul reading right now. I don't know what your addiction is. My addiction to love. No, no, I'm addicted to love. No, what's my addiction? My addiction to love. No, no, my addiction to love. Vaping is the rancidest aura because it gives off immature. I don't know, man. I vaped for like 10 years and I never had anybody say any shit to me. I had like 5 people tell me I made vaping look cool. And I said, don't do it. Sorry, I'm the only person in the world that made vaping look cool, and I stopped. But did you do it in public? Absolutely not. I did it in the comfort of my own home or at parties with friends. Because I fucking loved ripping fat clouds in the mountains while I was in Colorado for a couple of years. I fucking loved ripping fat clouds. You have friends? Yes, I have friends. They're delightful little creatures. I was just chilling the other night. They were doing a wheel. I wasn't paying attention for the whole movie. They were watching a spaghetti western movie. I love my friends. I have my friend James. I have friends. It's just really, really hard to get anybody. I have friends. I just have a really fucking hard time getting people wrangling cats for any kind of like friend stream because none of my friends are streamers. You see streamers who do like a lot of like friend bits. I don't have any friends that are streamers. That's why I'm sending Roger 5 DMs later. That's why I'm sending Roger a job application. I'm sending them an interview. If I didn't see how it made my parents poor, I wouldn't be a smoker today. I wouldn't be addicted to nicotine if it wasn't for a friend kind of gaslighting me into it. Because I have never smoked a cigarette in my life. I've smoked a cigar. I'm just pulling your leg on Friends. No, Lego Friends is a video game for the 3DS. No, I get that. Do I need to wear my good clothes for an interview, or am I good to wear my usual? Oh, you're fine, I think. It's going to be an SSX Tricky competition, and if you do cool stunts that impress me, I'll nod my head. Crazy that they make vapes with games and bright colors to try to say they're not purposefully marketing them to kids. I don't mind the candy flavors. I like the candy flavors. That's why I loved vaping so much, because the candy flavors, and it didn't taste like cigarettes, it tasted like candy. But I also had like a big bulky black vape, and I didn't want it to look like it was like anything cool. It was just a big bulky black thing. I used to be really into vaping too. I had an RDA. I had an atomizer that I would like rig the coils and the cotton myself. I was into really, really homebrew vaping shit for a little while. I am facing down the druids. I am the moon. They have no fucking shot. This will only make me even stronger. No, vaping is bad. Don't do it. Don't fucking vape. Don't imbibe nicotine. Just don't. Like, if you're an adult, right? Like, I don't have to tell you don't do it, but I had to quit vaping eventually, and I was vaping for about, I want to say 8 years, and I stopped vaping because I started waking up out of breath, and I started getting fucking scared when I woke up. Every morning for a little while felt like I had COVID. Don't fucking do it. Nicotine in general, bad for you. Just because it's slightly healthier than cigarettes doesn't mean it's a good thing. Big tobacco lobbyists are coming to kill me with hammers. Plus, like, disposable vapes are even worse because, like, all of that shit is being made with no safety regulations and no safety standards. You are inhaling so many heavy metals. That might almost be worse than cigarettes. God, it might be fucked up, vapes being less healthy than cigarettes, and it's like, nah, sorry, I do natural vapes. I do all natural vaping, sorry. I smoke cigarettes. Sorry, I only do all natural vapes. It's they're called cigarettes. Have you ever heard of them? They're... I only watch free-range streamers. I like my streamer healthy and full of mold, as he's supposed to be. Brendan without the mold rot? I don't know. Couldn't really handle it, I think. Needs the mold. No, I don't know. I ain't good for you. Still mad that I got tricked into an addiction because I was being stupid. If I could, I'd go back to the past and I'd immediately rip the vape out of my hand and say, no, bad. I would look at the past version of me like he shit on the floor and I'd be like, stop that. Once Brendan got the asbestos taken out, I don't know, I feel like he kind of sold out. Gotta be weird to be one of those people. I don't think there's probably a lot of people who think this, but I do wonder if there are people who have the mindset of Brendan was funnier when he was less medicated, and I'd be like, you don't remember. It'd be you only remember the highs, you don't remember any of the lows. I was thinking about that the other day, where it was just like, who in the fuck would be like, yeah, Brendan was better before he got on, like, ADHD medication. And I'd be like, fundamentally disagree. No understanding in that one. Always one of those weird things to me where it's just like, I mean, yeah. I can understand how, like, there's less of the manic energy, but that's just because the manic came out of a negative space. Now the manic comes out of a positive space. Weird vibe. Weird vibe indeed. The manic used to be the other half of the depressive. Now it's unshackled. Pretty much. Brendan was funnier when he was speaking in tongues. I don't know what you mean. I'm always using my tongue. What the fuck you talking about? Tongues? The only tongue I know is a hot tungsten rod. Coming towards your location. I might have been funnier when I didn't require meds to be functional, but I was not funny when I was not functional. I think, like, the mind wandering is not inherently a bad thing. I just didn't like it when my mind would wander to the point where, like, it would just wander into the empty. What do I use my tongue for if not yapping? Let's see. Eating food. Prailing, but that's part of yapping. Eating ass. It's about 8, I don't know. Do you think Quark would attach a quarter slot to a replicator? Like, if he could? I mean, he already charges people for... Like, he doesn't need to charge people for individual replicator use because he already, like, nickels and dimes the Federation for it anyway. You have to remember that, like, they don't make Quark pay rent. So he gets to set up his bar free of charge. And not only does he get to sell, like, expensive liquids to people who, like, will use Latinum, but he also uses it as a facet for a trade deal. He charges the Federation for root beer as well. He doesn't need to. He gets, like, artisanal root beer that's not replicated. No, because the thing about the replicator is even with the idea of the replicators, the thing about food in Star Trek is that food and drinks that are naturally made without, like, synthol with real alcohol are still better. Replicated alcohol is not the same. Like, it's the... It's not, it's Quark doesn't have to charge for the replicators because there would be no point. You also have to remember that Quark's isn't the only place with replicators on Deep Space Nine. There's also like a standing cafe on the promenade that you can go to instead of Quark's. There's also the Klingon restaurant. That's why they talk about like Saurian brandy or Saurian wine, like it's made, or Tula berry wine with the Dominion, is because alcohol is brewed and made still. Yeah, but there's also just multiple replicators on the promenade themselves, so Quark would see no reason for it. However, case in point, Quark did have a moment where he put advertisements in all the station's replicators, and they got fucking real pissed at him. Where he got all the replicators hacked so that they would have ads for Quark's bar on them, and then the cups would sing a jingle whenever you got any kind of liquid. Replicated Gok? I hate dead Gok. Nothing worse than hack dead Gok. Dadzia, what are you doing? Worf, I'm throwing it back nasty style. What do you want? Dadzia, that's just not proper. I think I should do a terrorism. Come on, Worf. You love it when I throw it back nasty style. Get all fucked up and crazy in there. You live enough lifetimes and I get really fucking sick with it. Dadzia, please. Are the replicators like SCP-2494? Does it have limits? I mean, it has limits like any technology. But it really depends. It really depends on the episode. Brady, would you beat Neelix to death? I don't know, man. Neelix did have that child bride. Too bad she died. Too bad that Jadzia Dax had to die because of fucking disputes with... I fucking hate... Nothing more I despise than having a dispute with, like, somebody on the set or like, production is being shitty, and then they don't want to fuck you, pay me more, and then you lose, basically, a goated actor. It's why the last 2 seasons of Standard X-Files are dog shit. Even if Doggett has a couple of decent episodes, I really fucking hate that the company's just gone for 2 seasons and then the show's over. And then all the shit with most of the shit with Scully is basically dissipated into the fog. Fucking hate it. Two full seasons of a show that I can't watch because I do not care that they have the Terminator in there. Why? Why it be like that? Why? I know why it'd be like that. Money and contract disputes and payment disputes, but like, ain't nothing worse than watching a show and they have to do a casting change. And it's not the same character usually. And it's like, this isn't gonna work. This fucking sucks. At least there's like, you got 7 good seasons. Same with DS9 is I can't watch that show once Jadzia dies. I stop my rewatches always right before Jadzia dies, and I'm like, she's alive, I don't care. Can I ask for a bowl of latinum? No. Latinum is a rare material used in currency. It's encased within gold. It's a liquid metal. Although Morn does give Quark a hefty amount of latinum during one episode, because Quark had to deal with Morn faking his death because he kept a bunch of latinum in his second stomach. That is a whole bit. His second stomach, buddy. One Piece live action fans gotta accept that up front. If they plan on doing the whole series, they will never finish One Piece live action. You gotta just enjoy the ride with that one. One Piece will be finished someday, but One Piece live action will never be finished. You gotta come to terms with that. Like, the actors will get too old. Especially with the amount of time they have to fucking take to be able to make each season. That shit's not getting finished. With One Piece live action, you just kind of got to enjoy the ride. At some point, there will either be an actor who contract dispute, controversy, dies. You know, any number of things can happen. And they will either A, try to recast, B, try to weirdly kill off the character for pacing, or C, drop the whole show. No, they will not get to it. One Piece live action is, you gotta enjoy the ride. It will end without a conclusion. You have to come to terms with that. One Piece live action, definitely one of those things where I'm just like 100%. It will end without a conclusion. And I accept that. I'm just along for the ride. Yeah, it's either going to skip arcs or end without conclusion. No way they're going to be able to finish it. But it's a big undertaking, and Netflix give them big check. And also they're Netflix, and Netflix could just kill them on a dime. Netflix is just, I'm going to murk this show. This show is in a baking slop. We got to murk it. And then we're gonna run the watching, reading One Piece. I've rewatched One Piece twice. You'll be like, what the fuck? But in my life, I've caught up to One Piece twice by starting at the beginning. It's a lot. How? I got a lot of free time, man. The onus to work is on me. How? I'm a streamer. That's my Nindo way, bitch, is the... Damn, only downside is I wish I had a soap. Oh, all right. That is a good one. I like that, but I'm going to have to get rid of it for the other one. On account of the fact I can't get a soap with that one. But I'll go the Urban Max. Did crank out One Piece in a few months. Wasn't pleasant, but hey, I caught up. Manga's a lot easier to read, of course. Brendan also skips bits, intros, and stuff. Oh, 100%. An episode, people are like, oh my god, there's so many 20-minute episodes of a show, and it's like, buddy, you get to the Doflamingo arc, and you get 2 to 3 minutes of new content per episode. Is One Piece worth it? It's one of my more favorite shonens. It's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. I like that you get a funny skeleton. Plus, like, there are projects like One Piece, which some people dislike, some people like. One Piece doesn't have a lot of filler. Oh, One Piece. Is One Piece worth it? I was also getting to One Piece anyway, so. Some people like it, some people dislike it. I used to just do it back in when I've rewatched it. A lot of the sites I've used will always have comments on, and people will say skip here to skip recap. And so it's like a 22-minute episode, and it's like skip to 11 minutes in to skip the recap, and it'd be like and it's like, yeah, 3 minutes of new content, 3 to 5 minutes of new content. Some episodes are basically 5 minutes long, really. There are a lot of episodes that are just 5 minutes long. That sounds miserable. It's fine if you're skipping all the recap, but if you try to watch it, oh yeah. What the fuck? See, well, that's the thing about people presenting One Piece as this indomitable fucking thing. It's not! Early One Piece, skipping the filler, once you get to the time skip, there's a lot of, like, proto-filler, which is the fucking goddamn pacing is whack sometimes. I do, but I also think One Piece has some really fun filler arcs. There's not really a lot. The filler arcs, there's not really a lot of filler arcs. Well, comparatively, because you look at Nart Original, and Nart Original is like more than half of the series with Nart is filler. The way they do in One Piece is instead of doing a filler arc, they will usually stretch the episodes out. No, because it's a you either do filler arcs to wait for the manga. Like if you the problem is if you catch her to the manga, you either take a break, fuck with the pacing really bad, or do a filler arc. And the problem is that they go with fuck with the pacing, which I think is just worse than I would rather you take a break. But they usually choose fuck with the pacing. So One Piece is an edited fan creation. It's a fan project. One Piece gets rid of all that fucking pacing, fixes the pacing issues, and then you can watch One Piece without the dog shit pacing. But, you know, dependent upon at the whims of the people who make One Piece. And I don't think that One Piece is complete. I think there are some arcs missing still. They say arcs, but it's really just G8. Well, G8 is goated. G8 was so good that I thought it was, like, not filler. G8 was the Marine base, right? Filler's so fucking good, I thought it was part of the anime and the manga. What the fuck do we need mods for a television show? Because the pacing is fucked. Why the fuck do we need director's cuts of movies? I don't know. I don't think you need it. You can watch it with the pacing being whack. You don't need to get mods with the television show. But like, the pacing is shit. And you will save time and have more enjoyment out of it. Because it's the problem with One Piece being it was, you know, a weekly airing TV show. I'm never going to consume One Piece. This hurts my brain, but I'm glad people can enjoy it, but holy shit. You are just, it's the symptom of having a show that's been running since the early 2000s. And then been running weekly on and off. I would rather they went into filler arcs that you could just skip. But fair enough, I'm also never going to consume Dragon Ball either. Yeah, but Dragon Ball filler is goated. You can watch Goku get a driver's license. Okay, but like, I'm gonna say, with a caveat, Dragon Ball Z from Saiyan Saga to Cell Saga is still just absolutely Kino. It's peak. Original Dragon Ball, I'm not a shooter for that. You got shooters for that. But from like Saiyan Saga to Cell Saga, legitimate peak. Especially everything in Cell Saga with Gohan. Some of my favorite show right there. Watch the Persona 4 anime. It's really good. I'm not watching Persona. I just remember now. That's Persona 5, but I'm not watching Persona. Stop it. I want my shonen slop. Fuck you. I don't want to watch kids go into the TV world and then be like, we gotta do it. And then they walk away from responsibility in big bold letters. And then they walk back towards responsibility, point at it and say, it's time for us to persona our minds out. My problem with watching anything Persona is that it's cool. I like the vibes a lot. But also I do not care about, I just don't care. That'd be the best way to put it, is like I do not care. When are the big guys gonna punch each other? A lot of anime that I enjoy watching is when are the big guys gonna punch each other, or really chill slice of life, or a comedy. Anything that asks me any deeper introspection, I'm going to go to books for that. I do not want an adult story in my cartoons is my problem. I need to get around the city. I need to finish it. But it is very good. And I hate to tell you that, but Persona 4 anime is literally all of that. No, it's people talking about their feelings and then going into the fucking TV and then... Nice try, but there's not enough dudes punching each other in that. Dudes will punch each other, but it'll be in the middle of an argument with about... And I'm gonna hit you with it. With the depth of the brothers in Supernatural arguing. And it's fine. Like, I get it. I just don't care. I am saying it. I watched a little bit of the Persona, I think, 5 anime, a little bit of the Persona 4 anime, and I just was kind of like, I'm just not invested in it. Respect the hustle, respect the grind. Slap your fucking slime. Was Frieren any good? I don't know, man. I'm not invested in it. I don't like a lot of anime. Gotta be really in my niche for me to like it. It genuinely, literally is just a combination of all of that. I'm not saying, oh, you better watch this or I'm getting angry at you. Like, I get it. You don't want to watch it. That's fine. I just, something about Persona. Every time I try to get into Persona, it just oozes. Any facet of Persona, it just oozes at me. High schoolers dealing with mature themes and then getting angry, big punch teacher, punch principal, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm not in high school. I'm 32. Like, I got a power wash. But at SMT, even more boring, but that's just because it gets into the esoterica of spirit shit. And I get really fucking bored of anime and JRPGs that get really into the esoterica of spirit shit. Shit that's like the, look how cool Dante's Inferno is, and then build off of that a million times. And be like, I get it. I'm like, if I want any of that, I'll go read a book. Which is not to diminish the art form in any way. This is just personal choice. It does not spark joy. I want my cartoons to be silly or stupid. I thought Digimon kind of went into that, though. Yeah, but Digimon does it in a way that makes it funny. And Digimon is silly and stupid. You're watching the new Digimon anime? I watched one episode and then tapped out. It's good, not for me. I watched one episode and then said, nah. I'm meaning to watch it because Gekomon is cute. I watched the first episode and went, nah, I don't care. Really big cyber visual, something about fucking your phone is your life or whatever. Couldn't get into it. Did not get me. Did not grab me. Usually I have a 3-episode rule for anime, but I was just like, eh. It's fine. Mostly for me, for anime, if something isn't like specifically within my niche of interests, or it's not like generationally good, I have a hard time getting into it. I watch too much crap, and now I'm just like, it takes me a while. Because another problem for me for anime is like watching it and then being like, damn, this is taking forever and wasting a lot of my time. I could just read the manga and get this same exact experience in my head, and then I'm wasting less time. That is also a problem. Where it's like, damn, bitch, you want me to watch like 24, 20-minute episodes of this shit that I have to fully pay attention to, that I can't side monitor? I don't know. I could just read the manga on the toilet. Has always been more of my Nindo way. Not saying it wastes time, just saying, like, I do not get enjoyment from this. Because I can't fucking second task. I need to be able to multitask. You have to fully lock in for anime. I don't want to watch an anime if it's, like, good. I want to watch it if it's specifically within my wheelhouse, or very fucking 20-minute episode versus 3 to 5 minute chapter. 20-minute episode versus 30-second chapter is the... Flip, 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 done. Flip, 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 done. Versus I gotta sit there and watch it. How fast do you read, boy? I don't know, man. Pretty fast. Fast as fuck, boy. Where's my phone? What's my words per minute? Let me find out, actually. I slowed down a little bit, because I've been reading, Earthsea, but I can look at my stats on my reading app. Statistics. 477 words per minute. Let's see. Let me peep another book here. 465. Let's see. Andrew. Yeah, 498. So we're on 400 to 500. Let's check Misery. I'm just looking at my reader stats. 891 on Misery. Ooh, let me peep my slop, actually, because those I read a lot faster, I think. No, I'd say between, like, 400 to 800. It's a wide margin. It depends on how much I'm locking in. 500 on it. Misery I really liked, so I burned through it. I'm pulling up my KD ratio, yeah. Christine by Stephen King was 600. Firestarter was 635. The Stand, I think, was a bit slower. 519. I don't know what the average is. That's just my words per minute on my book app, and I don't know how accurate that is. Average is like 200? Yeah. So, like, really depends on how much I'm enjoying the book. Because enjoying the book, I could slow down or speed up, depending. Fart smella, I'd reckon. I'm not smart because of it. I just like to read. That's how he's able to read chat so fast. Yeah. Voila, in view, a humble vaudevillian veteran to cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the Vox Populi, now vacant, vanquished. You like the fucking woo. I like to read. I read fast. Freddy Fazbear. What? What? Do you hear the flippity jibbity jibber jabber of an oh my god, I gotta get out of here, I have another word to sell, another story to tell, another timepiece ringing the bell, do you hear the clock stop or ring reach the end? No, you know, you never and comprehend if you can, but you try to pretend to understand you resemble a fool, but then you're only a man, so give it a smile. Like it's the what? I like reading. Doesn't mean I'm smart. I just like reading books. That's another problem with manga for me, is I burn through them. That's how I read probably about 100 to 200 isekai over the course of the pandemic in 2020. Which is why I hate the fucking genre. I doom read isekai for like 6 months. And I can see into the lines of code when I see isekai, and it makes me go, fuck, I can't watch this. Don't read a lot of manga, though. Right now. Only manga I think I'd buy physical right now is probably Goodnight Poon Poon, but I also know that would break me again. Not doing that to myself. Is that why you are wrong? Huh? No, I'm wrong because of Secret Concussion and the way that I was born. I don't think that anime manga bad. I think that it's one of the mediums that I have a bit of a higher expectation for. I am a weird, multifaceted, and hypocritical person where I say, you gotta enjoy the slop to enjoy the good shit. But also, when it comes to anime and manga, I do not like to waste my time. Unless I know for a fact that I'm going to like it. I do not feel the same way about video games as an interactive medium, but I feel that way for me, not for anybody else. That if there is an anime, there is a manga, I just don't want to waste. I've read too much crap, and I just do not want to waste my time on something unless I know I'm going to like it. Different for books. I can get enjoyment out of a sloppy book. Sloppy manga, sloppy anime is just going to be bad the same way as they always are, same as it ever was. Books that can be bad, video games can be bad, movies can be bad, TV shows can be bad in new and interesting ways. Anime and manga are bad always the same way. It's always the same way. They're always bad in the same way. Self-inflicted? Absolutely. I'm not denying it. Don't think the medium is bad. Don't think the genre is bad. Just do not want to invest time into it. I am with anime and manga over the last couple of years, as a lot of people are with wrestling, where it's just like, it's a lot. Just don't feel like it unless it's generational. Either got to be generationally good or literally within my wheelhouse. The only anime stuff I consume is JRPGs. Oh. Thank you, Rauker, for the 5 Griff subs. I have such a hard time with JRPGs. It's pacing for me. Digimon was tough at the end. Collect your berries. I like them a lot. I do like some JRPGs a lot. But it depends on, is the main character an empty sack to fulfill the power fantasy? Is the party interesting? And then is the grinding and gameplay fun? If the grinding is not fun, then what am I doing here? I don't care how good the story is. Fair enough. I never said I finished JRPGs. Yeah. Hey, I finished Digimon, so I got that going for me. First anime JRPG I think I've cleared in like 5 years. I was like, you know what? A tight 40 hours, perfect. Exactly where I want them to be. Unless your game is changing the fucking game and changing the way shit works, I'm not putting 80 hours in that shit. Unless that shit be Fortnite. Pokemon counts as an anime RPG? Yeah, and I like the grinding in it. And I haven't finished a Pokemon game in 5 years. I did not finish Scarlet and Violet. I didn't finish Sword and Shield, so... it still stands. Maybe even like 10 years. Aren't they adding Persona to Fortnite, or was that a mass hallucination? I think mass hallucination. Mandela effect. Overwatch gets a crazy amount. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Overwatch. Overwatch gets a crazy amount of JRPG collabs. It's wild, and anime collabs. There's way better games to collab with. Yeah, that's why Fortnite collabed with Repo. And the Is Overwatch still doing stuff? I don't really hear much about it. Yeah. Marvel Rivals didn't kill it. Now, on the other hand, I don't hear anything about Marvel Rivals, so... everybody I know balls deep into Deadlock still, so... I need part 3 Josephines. Oh my god! Tried Marvel Rivals, just wasn't interested. Played it for a little bit, and I was just like, eh. Don't really want a hero shooter on my rotation. Like Fortnite because I can play it with or without friends. Don't really want a hero shooter on my rotation. I just don't. Don't need all of that. All of that you got? I don't need all of that. I don't like most of these games, mainly because I'm used to Team Fortress. TF2 got the formula right, not to be a TF2 guy. Well, I think Overwatch was fun for a while until it became like the MOBA slime. Because I'm like, if you're going to take abilities and stuff from like MOBAs, then like just go full MOBA. The thing about TF2 is every character plays in a specific way, but you get so many different things in the item kit, and there's no press Q. Well, except for like Medic popping an Uber. That's the best equivalent to like an ultimate I can think of. But Overwatch was fun for a bit. It just hyper balancing for competitive play, trying to make competitive play more important than just having fun, and then dog shit, dog shit, dog shit, dog shit, dog shit. Amazing stream title, thank you. What if God said, and then we were washing, and I looked at him, and I looked down at the sand and saw there were 2 sets of footprints, and then also the tire tracks, and I look up and Jesus had a power washer in his hands. Marvel Rivals is even coming for Overwatch's porn place on the internet. Well, it's because Overwatch makes like designed characters, and Marvel Rivals specifically goes out of their way to make bait. Overwatch patched out that one Widowmaker animation that made her boobs larger. Marvel Rivals patched in, we made Venom's ass fatter. And it has so many fat-ass white girls. It's the... TF2 is super easy to read, but TF2, even with the hat economy, has something that other video games can't have, which is no microtransactional skins. TF2 is red team, blue team. What? I didn't call. I was just talking about TF2. Oh, Shelby signal. With TF2's visual clarity, you also can't sell people, like, you can't sell people Bong Smoker, 4,000 the skin, or... Oh, I summoned you because I said fat-ass white girl, yeah. The signal. Yep, and then I have to take out the trash tonight, I know. It do be Sunday. Oh, you want your kiss? I was like, you want something? You're a lucky man, Brendan? No, my wife sucks. No. Don't hurt me. She doesn't even let me get on the Nintendo past 9 p.m. Bullshit. She makes me eat all my vegetables. The fact that there aren't alt skins that dramatically alter the look of the characters is something in favor of TF2? Well, absolutely, but that's less money. You gotta remember, it's not about art direction. Narrative designers, game designers, they're not in charge of the asylum. Marketing and MBAs and business strategists and player psychologists are in charge of the video games. Like, that's... It don't matter if you want more clarity. They're gonna put the dog shit UI in with the hyper simple UI with the crazy skins and the... God, what was it, Battlefield? I had a blue camo skin come out and people were immediately like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Why did you guys say this? And I was like, why did anybody believe them when they said they're not going to do skins that, like, and it's already, like, the camo is blue. I'm like, it's going to get worse. They're not going to rescind it. Too many people are playing the game. I'm so sorry, but they're going to put Beavis and Butthead in your game, too. TF2 had an official collab with Venture Brothers, so it immediately is the best. Rebuttal. TF2 also had the Thief Bow from Thief 2014. Oh, Monster Man was typing it up. All right. Same time, same brain cell. What's wrong with the blue camo? I don't care, man. It's just EA was up front with Battlefield 6 and being like, we're not going to add skins. We're going to have a skin market, but it's not going to be any crazy skins. And then immediately the blue, it's like a blue camo skin that's like a brightish blue camo, and people are like, why the fuck they lied? And I was just like, well, yeah, they lied, but I don't know if this is the one that's like the... What if it was Urple? Lol. Damn, this shit looked like a big Urple Hershey's Kiss. Make me want to suckle on something real bad. Like a hard candy. Shut up. Shut up. Like a hard candy. Shut up. Too late. Already locked you within the mind palace, buddy. Sure, Brendan. It looks like a hard, like a toffee. It looked like a big chocolate chip from like a goofy cookie. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Nah, that's a nipple. It's not a purple nurple. Bully inventing new way to torture people. Dude, but like, what if the nurple was purple? Holy shit, dude. I think you've invented it. You've invented a new way to torture people. Yeah, dude. I've been thinking about it. I've been ruminating on it for a couple of days. But what if the nurple was purple? Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? You can make that nurple purple. The dark and malevolent presence hangs heavy over me tonight. You gotta have like a soda or like a soup. You have far more energy to be angry about a video game thing than I do. Hold on to that. It will serve you well. I'm mostly just like, market to me, sell me. Had too much soda pops. Had too many soda pops. Had ripped a couple of Coca-Colas, now I'm all fucked up. I'm fucking jacked up. Ripped a couple of Peepsies, now I'm fucked up crazy style. Took a walk today, it was nice. I went to the grocery store. About all I did today. You ever drink one of those Peep sodas? Absolutely not. As I've gotten older, I'm much more careful about my sugar content because that's the shit that rots my guts. No, don't get on the Thangus. I just don't want to rot my guts. When I'm overstimulated, I dress like a vampire and pretend I'm scheming against Brendan from my castle while he streams. Pewter is my scrying orb. Be all jacked up in the orb. White boy talking about mixing sauce with sauce. You can't do that, white boy. You can't be mixing sauce with sauce. Oh, man, I don't know why I thought about this. There was I don't know why I remember this. Back when Shelby and I were at our old apartment, the Domino's app had a weird bug with our address, and it was a very hyper-specific bug that stopped happening when we moved. And it was related to, I don't know how the fuck Domino's internals did this, but every time we ordered Domino's, this happened like every single time we ordered Domino's, I would get a bread bowl pasta, and they would call me because the app with our address, for some reason, would ask, did you want Alfredo sauce mixed with the marinara? It says you wanted both. And I would go, no, I don't. I want marinara. And they go, oh, okay. No idea how for 2 years of ordering Domino's, And every time I got a bread bowl pasta, I would always get the call. Why not both? Because I just want the fucking marinara. I don't want the sauce and the sauce. I don't want both. I don't want the sauce and the sauce. I got enough sauce with one sauce. It was their bit. Maybe it was just their bit. Gotta let him shoot, I guess. God put me on this earth, shooted and grooted. I don't want two sauce. I don't want Alfredo mixed with marinara. I don't fucking want it. I just want the marinara. Did you ever order the Alfredo? No, I don't like Alfredo. I want marinara. I want red sauce. I don't want white sauce. It's fine. It's just cheese. If it's the only option, I'll eat it. But, like, I don't want white sauce. I want red sauce. My brother's favorite story from you is the foxtail, do you know who I am? You can't do this to me, guy. Yeah, Kitsu King. Don't you know who I am? You can't do this to me. You're not allowed to. You can't do this to me. You know who I am? You can't do this to me. What the heck? You can't say that to me. You gotta respect me. You gotta... Mumbling to himself in the college cafeteria. Haven't seen that guy in like 5 years. I'm happy to report. I'm free, I think, of that curse. I guess I never heard this story. I don't know if I want to be that streamer who's just like, here's a golden oldie. We running back the classics here on WZRD. BRAND, the magic to you. All right. It's a tough one. I'm trying to decide. All right, I'm going to go refill my water, and then I'll do it. All right, I'm back. Oh, fuck. Oh. 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 Sorry, I just saw the... What the fuck did you do to me? Why did you Brenderman me? Goddamn. Ah! That's pretty good. Worth it just for that. Thank you, Nameless. What was I doing? I was going to tell the Kitsu King story. Back in college, I was friends with a couple of people. You know, like you were wont to do. This is just setting the stage, basically. I had friends in college, crazy bit. But, you know, between classes, we would meet in, like, the college cafeteria, and there would always be people there that inevitably ended up coining the term boothies because they needed to sit in the cafeteria booths to plug in their fucking big old gaming laptops and not get any actual college work done. As friends of a sort with one or two of them that were a bit more normal. And some of my friends were more friendly with a lot of the boothies. I was friends with two girls who were really into, like, Homestuck and really into Tumblr and Homestuck. And mostly I just like talking to them. I just like yapping with them. And so I would sit at a... Oh, I turned the music off 1 second. I would sit at a table with them in between classes and we'd yap and they'd tell me about hyper-specific niche things that they're into, which is similar to what I do now, which is just... Because I really like getting the micro ecosystems like that, where it's just a hyper-specific thing that I'm not a part of, but I like learning about it. And so they were part of the anime club, and they were like, you know, Brendan, you should join the anime club. However, there was a gentleman who was a boothy who would wander around. Details about this man, heavy-set dude, bit on the portly side, wore a fox cap and a fox tail as he wandered around the campus. Downside to my community college is that it was, like a lot of community colleges, a place for parents to get rid of their children, kind of. Where it's just like, my child has a developmental issue, or my child has an issue, they're an adult now, I'm going to send them to community college and hope that that's a way for them to be babysat. And that's what a lot of the boothies were, which is just people who are not functional members of society, not functional, mind you, usually, and kind of just dropped in community college, like, I'm going to be a game developer, and then never be a game developer. So, this gentleman I called Kitsu King, I don't remember his real name. He was a strange fellow, especially for the boothies. He was part of their anime club, and he had a very odd obsession. His odd obsession was directly related to Wendy's. He had a Samsung tablet, basically like a cheap tablet, like an Android tablet, that he'd walk around with, and anytime that I would peep at his tablet, he would be looking at a photo gallery of Wendy, the Wendy's mascot. It was his desktop wallpaper. For their anime club, it was rotating out of the 5 or so members, and every night, you got to suggest like an anime or like an episode of an anime to watch. Every single fucking time this man had the stage, he would pick Fruits Basket. Without fail, it was Fruits Basket every fucking time. And I only went to one meeting, and then I was like, I don't want to be part of this. I was part of FOC, which was the Fund and Entertainment Committee, FAEC. We did like the Humans versus Zombies thing where I met my wife. I was a part of that. And that took up enough of my time for little meetings for stuff like that, where I didn't really want to be part of the anime club, especially because of that guy. But I liked those friends, and I liked hanging out with them, because they also went to the dorms, and they were chill. And they were kind of the first friends I made in college, so didn't mind it as much. However, I was sitting with were you part of the LGBTQ Alliance? Not really in college. In high school, I was. In college, no, but in high school, yeah. But this gentleman was an odd individual. I had heard from my friends, because he talked more in Anime Club, and I did not talk to him, that he had applied to Wendy's multiple times, sometimes as much as 3 to 5 times a week on the online resume, because he really wanted to work at Wendy's. It was his fixation. Right? Something about Wendy's. One day, I'm sitting with these two friends, and we're just chilling, we're talking, we're goofing. We're away from the booths because there are some unsavory, shitheads over there. And Kitsu King comes up, and he sits down at a table next to us, and he turns to the girls while I'm just with them, and we're just chilling, we're goofing, we're talking, and he tries to talk over me by asking them, how would you ladies like to go and have some frosty chocolate milkshakes? Would you like to have some Frosties? I think it'd be awesome if we all just got up and we walked down to the Wendy's and we got some Frosties. I think it'd be really cool if we got some it'd be awesome if he just starts going off about Frosties and getting Frosties with them, or a root beer float. I think it'd be awesome if you ladies, if we went and got some Frosties or some Wendy's together. It'd be really cool if we got some frosty chocolate milkshakes. And he's just going off and off and off. And I'm there, and we're all trying to ignore him while he is talking to the air, talking to, the two people he's in Anime Club with. And I get sick of it, and I turn around and I say, shut the fuck up. Fuck off. Because they're not going to do anything. They're nice. But they're not going to do anything. And I'm sick of this dude. and I'm sick of him harassing my friends. And so I turn around and I say, fuck off. And he immediately, dead eyes, looks at me. You can't fucking say that to me. You can't do that. You gotta respect me. You don't know about respect. You can't do that to me. Then he turns around and is on his laptop and it's just full volume. You can't do that to me. You have to respect me. You can't do that to me. Don't you know who I am? You have to respect me. You can't do this to me. And so we just get up and leave. We just go to their dorm room and we just hang out there. Now, addendum. Years later, we are in our apartment. Shelby and I are in our second apartment, and I'm going downstairs to do laundry. Who the fuck do you think I see living on the bottom floor in the same building as me years fucking later? Motherfucking Kitsu King. Scariest shit I've ever fucking seen. He locked eyes with me and then walked away. Still had the ears, still had the tail. Was that the guy with the Superman shirt? No, I've talked about Jaj enough. No, he's not the Boothie who gave the scabies. They called that guy Bones. The Boothie who was the scabies giver, his nickname was Bones. They called him Bones. I never knew why. You can't fucking do that to me. You gotta fucking respect me. Don't you know who I am? You gotta fucking... Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Shelby, do you have a Bones story, right? Oh, right. Because Bones is the creepy Boothie who tried to hit on my wife before we were dating, right? Yeah, it was before we were dating. Bones was the Boothie who tried to hit on my wife by saying that she was his soulmate.
Was the RA on my floor?
Because he was the RA on your floor.
And like, as everyone was getting to, he was talking to a group of us, and he said, I just have the feeling that my soulmate lives in the dorms here. And then locked eyes with me, I was like, oh, the fuck. And then like 2 months later, he just approached me, and he was like, you know, I think that, you know, I've done something about it, and I can really feel it, and I just think oh no. Oh no.
And he gave everybody he gave a bunch of the Boothie women scabies.
I cover him.
Boothies are the same people that I stopped being a brony back then because one of the Boothies would be on this gigantic Asus Republic of Gamers laptop, and one time I saw him looking at My Little Pony porn straight up in the cafeteria. Just out and about, like full whole spread and everything. Sorry, Boothies. We called them that because in my cafeteria there were these booths, and they sat at the booths with their big gaming laptops so they could be plugged in and not go to any classes. And I befriended one or two of them because some of them were okay until they got fully ensconced within the Boothie economy. It was a really gross semester, yeah.
I realized that guy,
he gave everybody scabies.
yeah, but also like I was saying, like a few days after that hit, like I had
Oh, right, because somebody hit on you and you turned them down, so he got mad and then turned in your roommate for drinking even though she wasn't.
Yeah, she was talking to me with
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Who is Josh? Oh, Josh. Josh is a Boothie. John. John was Superman shirt, yes. I had a lot of interactions with John. I really did. You were getting hit on by a lot of weirdos that year, but then I hit on you and you started dating me and I lived with you immediately and then you married me, dumbass. Yeah, fucking weird. Immediately started dating and I just have lived with you ever since. You, like a coat rack, yeah. Get fucked, idiot.
Like a coat rack?
Yeah, like I'm like a piece of furniture to you. I'm just a fuckable piece of meat, I guess. Thanks. Oldest trick in the book. Okay, so John... To talk about John is to talk about maybe one of the weirdest fucking people that has ever attached themselves to me in my entire fucking life. John was a gentleman who oftentimes would tell me about his Dyson Sphere project. He would tell me about his Dyson Sphere book and talk to me about how he was writing a science fiction novel about a Dyson Sphere. And he would always bring it up and always try to show me, like, really crudely drawn schematics. Understand, to set the stage, John was a gentleman who dressed like Matt Smith's The Doctor, but would constantly say, no, I'm not trying to look like Matt Smith's The Doctor. No, I'm not trying to. No, I get that a lot. I just like the tweet. I like the outfit. And he wore a Superman shirt under all of his clothes because he really liked Superman, like a lot. Okay, go bed, I love you. He loved Superman so fucking much. Even under his tweed suit, sometimes he would wear a Superman shirt. It was always on the fit. Now, my first negative interaction with John, aside from him being like, oh, you gotta check out my literature that I'm writing. I'm writing a Dyson Sphere book. And it's maybe a little bit above your head, but very talk down to me. Very, very like, I'm very intelligent. Look at how intelligent I am. I dress intelligently. I read about comic books and I know a lot. I am very fucking intelligent. But my first negative interaction with him was I was making jokes with another friend and he was nearby. He wasn't talking to me at the moment. He was talking to another boothy. But I made a joke. This is like 2012, 2013. I made a joke about like Walt Disney being anti-Semitic. And he got up, looked at me, shaking, grabbed the chocolate milk off his table, screamed at me, threw the chocolate milk across the cafeteria and said, no, he fucking wasn't. No, he fucking wasn't. Take it back. And I went, okay, man. Chill. Tried to avoid him and not talk to him. Tried to just like, if he was around, I would try to make sure he skedaddled. I was like, absolutely not, man. Tried to avoid him as best I could because I'm not getting captured in a fucking hour-long conversation about his dog shit interests. Now, little interactions here and there, nothing crazy. But then, last time I see John in college is he's working in the cafeteria at like the commissary, right? And a couple of days go by where I just see him walking out of the commissary with giant packages of food or drinks. He's just walking out. And I think like, well, he works there. He must just be delivering it. No, for a full month, he was working there and then just walking out with food from the storeroom back to his dorm. They didn't catch him for a whole month. He was just walking out of the front door with it and then going back to work. Years later, I'm working at Best Buy. It's not done. I'm not done. Years later, I'm working at Best Buy. Guess who fucking comes in? It's John. He sees me. He perks up. He sees a friendly face, and I go, no. Immediately traps me in the conversation, asking me about, I really need to buy a camera. What can you tell me about cameras today? I'm not gonna lie. Guess where I was working? The cash register at the front. I wasn't even out on the sales floor. I had a whole cash register shift. He's at the cash register while I'm helping other customers check out. Stopping, walking around for a minute. He stays in the store for 3 fucking hours asking me about SD cards and cameras. 3 fucking hours of my life. Well, I have a family gathering soon, a reunion of sorts. No, he didn't buy shit. He didn't buy fucking anything. 3 hours of my fucking life he came in and out and in and out. Well, I'm having a family gathering soon, a reunion of sorts, and I'm just wondering what would be maybe the best camera. I don't have the funds for it right now, but I was thinking about mayhaps picking up a camera, and maybe that camera would be awesome. You know, something like, you know, not quite expensive, but not really cheap either. You know, if I had the funds for it, maybe an SD card or something, or mayhaps like a. Did not wear the tweed suit. He had a brown leather jacket and an orange shirt at that point. Perhaps maybe a camera, a reunion, a gathering of sorts. I really do not understand. You see, people always are like, you know, people always talk about how, like, Mandy is a magnet for weird people. I used to be a magnet for weird people. I don't go outside because it happens to me. How do you keep running into your past demons? Because I try to avoid new demons, and by avoiding new demons, the universe decides to throw old demons at me. Understand that there is a reason I don't go out as much as I used to, and it's... A, because I don't really enjoy a lot of going out stuff. I don't like going to the bars and stuff. And B, I really, really, really am going to run into a demon or create a new demon, and I don't want to. I feel like I've talked about John and Kitsu King. I know I've talked about Kitsu King on PST. I feel like I've talked about John on PST. You get new demons when you have to go vote. It's happened twice, 2 times. First time I went to vote. Not first time I went to vote, but go to vote, put the fucking ballot in, get told, so gentle for a big boy. Me going, no. Second time I go to vote, smallest voter I've had in today. You gotta write an autobiography one day. My life was sad, and then my life was hectic, and then my life was sad again, and then my life was comfortably boring for a very long time. Why did Shelby pick you when she had such unique men in her sphere? Because I got game. I'm quirky and tall with collarbones with a deep voice. I got game. Quirked up white boy with a little swagger? Pretty much. I had the right kind of mental illness. Queen knew what she wanted. Somebody mentally ill, but also ill. I don't know, man. I can't tell you. I have no idea. My entire relationship history, for the most part, is I've just kind of fallen into relationships until I met my wife. Same thing. Plus, I had a huge crush on my wife for the longest fucking time. And then when I found out she had a crush on me, I went, oh my fucking god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my fucking god. But I got lost puppy energy? Yeah. It's a lot of the mental illness will do that to you. Up top, brother. Yeah. Which is wild because I was only aware of your existence for about 2 weeks before we started dating. Yeah, but apparently you had seen me around campus a bunch. That's because you had a fat ass and you wore yoga pants, and I was like... Of course I saw you around campus a bunch. It's because I was like, damn, she got a fat ass, she wears yoga pants, and she has facial features that I like. I was like, damn. I was like, she's beautiful. Like, I really said finna hit. No, I was just like, damn. If I could date her, I'd be set for life. And then like, oh yeah, oh shit, okay. saw my wife was like, this is the kind of woman that is exactly to my taste. And then immediately was like, oh shit, it's been how many years? Oh shit. To seduce Brendan, equip a fat ass. 12 and a half years, almost 13 years. A loading screen tip. Man sees his gorgeous wife and enters a fugue state for the foreseeable future. Yeah. That's been a good portion of my life. A lot of, oh my god, my braless wife brought me another sandwich. Descending in the Madison stream chat. Oh no. What is happening? N? Why am I Dr. Neocortex now? What is this? Why? Wash powerfully, locate pages, find Glumbo. This has now become a father and son gaming session. Whoa. That's pretty good. That damn bandicoot. Me and my chud son, both of us work out at the library. Can't believe me and my chud son both work out at the library like that. My apologies, I didn't know you game. God damn it. Oh god, this is gonna be a fucking nightmare. I got my ass doing rock climbing to fucking clean. Thank you, Armin Anathema, for the tier 1's bub. Thank you for the 56 months, almost a year. Yeah, I know, you gotta go buy a mustache for your Mario costume, I know. Fucked up. Wife dressing him as Mario for Halloween because we have an old Mario costume. I'm dressing with Slender Man. Is this an OTP? Is this a one true pairing? Thank you, Gorblunkis, for the Prime sub. Oh, hey, 12 months, almost a year. Slendario OTP. New Crackship OTP. Mario and Slenderman. You're gonna collect my pages today, Mario. I'm going to ask you to collect something for me instead. Oh yeah, Mario? Yeah. How about you go and collect my mushroom? Of course, Mario. Mario and Slenderman at the wedding be like, now, I have some pages for you to collect. They're my vows. Woohoo! Gonna head out. Have a good, Bob. Thanks for stopping by. Glad your essay went well. Do you think the DLC for this game is gonna come out quicker? Yeah, I believe so. I think they already have free DLC lined up and then collab packs lined up. I am fine with power washing doing packs. I do not mind it. There's like 30 hours of content in the base game. I do not mind packs getting done. I just would not like a battle pass. I don't want a battle pass in power washing, but I do not mind the DLC packs to further development for more levels. $5 a month for new maps? Sure. I'd rather buy them individually. Look at Payday. I don't like that. Payday has a subscription service now for fuck's sake for Payday 2. Brendan, why is there a prompt for you to hit control to activate good posture? Oh, because you're crouching. I do not like a subscription service for any individual video game. They're evil, says the man with Fortnite crew. Well, you gotta understand, they give me the V-Bucks and I get the... How else am I supposed to get the V-Bucks, eh? I need the V-Bucks. What do I do without the V-Bucks, eh? Bart Night, true. Did you see that Bart graffitied the Fortnite screen? So now it says Fart Night. Thanks, Bart. Fortnite crew at the moment is a fairly good deal. Not really, man. I mean, yeah, technically, but they said they arbitrate the deal. It's a good deal when they arbitrate the deal. It's all ones and zeros. Think we'll get the Bartman as a jam track? Hopefully. I found out that is a jam track, and it made me go, huh? Without Radiohead Creep? You know what else is a good deal? For the price of Fortnite Crew, you can buy several boxes of Oreos. Maybe like 2 boxes. I mean, that is several. But I don't want the Oreos. Bart? You mean Alberto? We've seen Alberto make his appearance, but will we see El Homo? Remains to be seen. Girl Scout cookies? I don't snack a lot, man. A lot of my snacks is fruit. I could buy a lot of fruit with 12 bucks. I'm stocking up on cocoa for Burn Barrel Society. It's gonna be my barter goods. I'm gonna stock up on big barrels of water. Just huge big barrels of water. Nobody else can have my barrels of water. Barter Society? I don't know, man. It's a hard choice. Might choose Bart. Joker, when he's making you do a Simpsons quiz, be like, Barter Society. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to make a hard choice here, Bart. Aye, Crumba. I can be a Bart Core individual sometimes. Big into Bart Core, I think. A lot of red shirt, blue shorts. I Crumba. I Crumba, therefore I Rumba. Saying that shit on the dance floor. Gotta take those salsa lessons. Think of the chaos you could do with 10 bucks of butter? Why? What kind of chaos and why would I chaos? I don't want to create chaos and mayhem. Too much for a gentleman like myself. You gotta respect me. You don't understand. You gotta respect me. You know who I am. You're gonna respect me. You're gonna have to pay attention. Shouldn't have fucking told that story because I'm gonna be thinking about that for the next week again. You're gonna fucking respect me. You know who I am. Those frosty chocolate milkshakes. I don't. Butter bar? My heart hurts. Maybe it's all the butter bars I've been eating. Do you think it could be the butter bars? Oh. Am I supposed to smell burnt toast? Or fucking... I hate this track because I keep thinking that Some Lucky Ducks is going to start playing and Rock will get me. Some lucky ducks get all the luck, you break your back to make a buck, but sure they are a bunch of shady criminalish gents and ladies, but we did our time, we paid for our crime, and our misdemeanors, now we sell fried dough and wieners, even though we're kinda sketchy gals and fellas, doesn't mean that fish odor can go and kill us, working here can really be a roller coaster, one day you're cleaning vomit, then you're on a missing poster. Fucking yay. Anybody else crying blood? No, they got blood coming out again. I think blood already came out again. They got the new remaster. I wouldn't be crying about it. Get off the fucking... Stop it! Stop it! Grab, thank you. It's such a drag to have a boss that pays you bad and bumps you off. Some lucky ducks get all the luck, but that's not us unlucky schmucks. It really stinks, it really sucks, so we'll just play our lucky ducks. I can tell when a storm's coming when my knees start crying blood. That's that pressure change. I got that with my my sinuses go bad whenever the seasons change. There's like a 2-day period. I don't know where that song is from, but I'm calling the rights holder. Get on, you just got Bob Burgered. Every time I... That's the Sunny Side of Summer one. I don't remember that one. Gonna be the sunny side up summer of our lives. It's been a couple of years. I need to rewatch Bob Burger movie. I like the Bob Burger movie. A, it has realistic stakes, and B, like they telegraphed what was happening in the movie in the show. Good movie. Thank you, Bob Burger. Led to an incredible Mandy Gotcha moment. Bless that movie. What's the best animated family comedy? Bob Burger, Simpsons, Family Dude, or King of the Hill? Start with King of the Hill, go down to early Simpsons. Go down to Bob's Burgers, go down to late-ish Simpsons, go down into early Family Guy, go down into current Simpsons, go down into Family Guy, and then at the zenith, at the peak, on and off American Dad. The first 4 seasons of Family Guy are pretty goated as well. American Dad has some dips here and there, but maybe the most consistently good one out of all the Family Guy shows. Out of all the Family Man family shows. I need my pecan sandies, Francine. These chocolate aisles, Francine. These chocolate aisles. Yeah, Dad. Son, I want you to go down to the gas station and get me a copy of Big Bazongas. Yeah, Dad. And then watch out, son. What, Dad? They've been turning the kids into creatures. American Dad's so fucking funny that Stan's dad canonically becomes Krampus. They turned me into Krampus, son. I'm cramping my fucking shit out. I'm gonna give you the best wine of your bitch life. Got the fucking Lávate las manos. Lávate las manos. Do be thinking about that one. Lávate las manos is how I imagine Harry Potter adults. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I think of Harry Potter adults, I think of Steve from fucking American Dad, and he's just, Lávate las manos. Lávate las manos. I don't know, it's fucking wild that, like, Family Guy gets, like, none of the sauce. And then fucking, they had, like, a whole episode of Family Guy that I saw. And I saw it because I was in a Discord server with a couple of friends. And one of them was playing Minecraft, but while also watching Family Guy clips, but while also having Subway Surfer footage. It was a whole thing. They had a whole UI set up for it. They were just playing Minecraft with, like... I can't describe it, but it was a torturous nightmare and also very funny. And they had a Family Guy episode playing, and it was like Lois becomes a comedy bro on TikTok and has TikTok funny stand-up crowd work clips, and I was just losing my fucking mind at how bored I was anytime I was looking away from Minecraft towards the Family Guy. Ah, gee, I think I'm gonna play Fortnite. Ah, gee, I think I'm gonna eat an egg. Ah, gee, I think I'm gonna go to the store. They still do the bit where Stewie Griffin's like, it's me, the gay baby. I'm a gay baby. Do you remember me, Brian, when I was the gay baby? They still do bits where Stewie Griffin starts choking on a grapefruit and goes, Brian! They got those bits in there yet, or...? You're a gay baby, Brendan. Thank you. Shits diaper. Smiles pleasingly. Looks upon the broken boards. Grabs a broken board. Slaps it over my ass. It makes a wet, fat, squishing noise. Smiles again. Thank you. Brian! No, not like that. Hey. 100% on you. Thank you. Poops cutely. I don't know why that made me laugh. Oh, appreciate it. Shits daintily. Oh, thank you for bringing that to my attention. What horrid news. Farts somberly. This is my beautiful, what if the Elcor from Mass Effect were shitting? This fucking sucks. It sucks, dude. That's how I know it's funny. All you're doing is incentivizing me. Hope you like that one. Wiggles ass in the wood chipper. What the fuck? Oh, sorry, buddy. Can't handle Gaia Online RP. Sorry. Zaffy, you gotta understand, dude. You gotta stop erotic RPing right now, dude. The zombies are coming. You gotta be careful. There's a zombie attack on the way. Here, take this AK-47. Shits cutely. Farts mightily. Quick, dude, quick. You gotta get off the server. We gotta get on, dude. The zombies are coming. You gotta be careful. Watch out. I have a big oil drum full of big hot wet oil for the zombies. Poops mightily. There's no time for that. Rebukes harshly. Farts expeditiously. Be like the... when the, when you, then the, in the, when you, then the, when the, in the, when the, then you, when you, then you. Close the door, poops coldly. Shits disappointingly. The more he does it, the funnier it gets, but also the closer on legitimate fetish it gets. It's because the more, adjectives? Fuck. Adjectives. Adjectives? Oh god, my brain. Adjectives? Adverbs, the other one. It's because the more adverbs I use, the more it sounds like badly written porn, shits intelligently, farts quietly, yet boldly. I love that that's like how somebody would describe a whiskey. Quiet, yet bold. Farts quietly, yet boldly. Shits sanctimoniously. Pisses robustly. You're shitting yourself. No. Shits intelligently. No, you're shitting yourself. No. No. Oh, farts uncomprehendingly. And go to the bedroom. No. Denies aggressively, yet passively. No. Poops willingly. Go to the bedroom. No. What do you want me to do with my fucking power washings, dude? I don't have any. There are no cosmetics for me to buy. I buy you. You're $2,000. Go to the bedroom with force. Go to the bathroom in compliance. No. Shits furiously. Yeah, this is the Mass Effect Elcor porn. Horny. Greetings, Shepard. Now, Elcor start with an emotion. So it'd be horny. Greetings, Shepard. I'm making brown stew in the porcelain tub. Oh, that's great, Mr. Elcor. With effort. Hello, Shepard. With concerted effort. This is the fuck. Oh, God. How to get a notice from Space HR? I reiterate my point. This sucks. Hey, you know, if you can't handle the fecal factory, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Shitting salutations be upon you. My warmest, deepest, and stinkiest regrets to you and yours. Could you imagine somebody dying and one of your family members sends a Hallmark postcard and it says, "My stinkiest condolences to you and yours"? Oh, yeah. After Peepaw died, nothing was ever the same. Oh, Uncle Jimpy sent it a card. What does it say? Open up the card that makes a fart, and it just says, "My stinkiest condolences." Fucking the hell that we create for ourselves. Once again, reaping, sowing, all of that, regretting all of it later. Brother, you dug the hole. Exactly, I'm in the hole. I like being in the hole. Every time I bitch about me being like, "Oh, I dug the hole," I'm smiling on the inside. Need the fertilizer for your crops? You said that, and I thought about the bat from Jumpstart 4th grade, where your yields do not meet the goal. Hate that fucking bat. What the fuck do you mean my yields don't meet the goal? Fuck you. My yields do meet the goal. Go fuck yourself, you and your fucking gardening puzzle. Gonna kill that bat. Not gonna feel bad about it in the slightest. I'm gonna crush his head like a grape. Gonna use Bodal from Chaotic's famous catchphrase. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Why did he say that so many times? I don't get it. My colondenses. My stinkiest colondenses. Nah, I like my stinkiest condolences. That's worse, I think. We gotta get out of here before the zombies come, says Jill Valentine. Okay, says Leon, shits cutely. Not gonna lie, this is why one of my favorite part of me when I was reading fan fiction on YouTube is people who just write like that. It's crazy. What if there's a DLC where you gotta give the dinosaurs showers? Dinosaurs kids asking for any crumb of content for any video game ever, and getting nothing in return, and then playing the sloppiest, nastiest games to fulfill their need. Name a better combination. I really do feel for dinosaur kids and dinosaur people, because, like, man, they don't give you guys shit anymore. You guys get the fucking worst movies. You get fucking the most boring or bad video games. They don't give dino kids shit. I'm not even a dino kid. Wasn't ever a dino kid, but I will tell you, they don't give you guys shit anymore. They gotta give you guys some shit. Dino games be out there if you know where to look. Yeah, but there are a lot of like independent projects that oftentimes do not live up to the hype, or aren't. Well, yeah, the Jurassic World games are fun, but they're made by the, they're more a simulation game. You don't get, like, a new Turok until you get the new Turok. I mean, they got a new Turok coming out, but... I love you, Jill Valentine, and I love you, Bigfoot. Jumps, grabs Bigfoot by his gigantic pendulous breasts and swings around them like a big swing set. We don't deserve free will? I deserve free will, so I can torture people with it. Breach checking the trivia section got Bodal on the Chaotix wiki. I already know some motherfucker changed it to say Bodal's famous catchphrase is, I'm going to fucking kill you. I already know. My ass knows. It's still there? It's nobody's fucking keeping up with the Chaotix wiki. Of course it's still there. Brendan, you specifically don't deserve free will? Yeah, you say that, buddy, but then you're still coming to the circus to laugh at the clown. You can say as much as you want about, man, this clown fucking sucks, but you're still giggling like a seal and clapping your fucking hands while you shit cutely into your own fucking hands. Grow up. Tell me all you want, but you love it when I reap the fucking crops that I've sowed, and you love when you get to reap the crops as well. Don't even. You love coming to the fucking goddamn circus, under the big top, watching the clown fall down and fucking fart. Then you're like, this clown fucking sucks, man. You're still coming every day. You're still fucking walking in. You're paying the attendance rate. You're walking through the fucking gate. They're tallying you on the fucking number sheet. I'll be so tsundere. I don't know what that means. I'm not even being tsundere, motherfucker. I'm defending myself. A, I got a right to exist. B, I got a right for free will. C, deal with it. Grow up, maybe. Wake the fuck up. You got shit to grind on the Poople Pass. Buddy, there's a shit showdown at the Fecal Factory. They're coming for you. It's Texas Dump Thumper. He's gonna give you the poop pounding. You gotta be careful. Yo, friendly fire, I'm on your side, Brendan. Now I don't trust you, motherfucker. Coming at me with arms outstretched, Temba, his ass wide. Buddy. Shaka when the porcelain fell. Fuck you. Darmok Enchilad at the Taco Bell. Darmok Enchilad at the Pizza Hut. Darmok Enchilad at the Taco Bell. Darmok Enchilad at the Pizza Hut. Darmok Enchilad at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ass Age! Is Brendan getting goofy? We gotta get a new one. I had some dog shit sleep last night. I have a thank you, anonymous gift subber, for giving a tier 1 sub to Poop Lover? Carbonated Poop Lover? Gonna be somebody really fucking confused. Oh, thank you, anonymous gift subber. Thank you for the anonymous gift sub to Do It Does It Fart? What the hell? Where are you? Oh, I see. Stinky. I'll get that. Good shit. I gotta go back down the rabbit hole at some point and watch some old vines again. I gotta re-accentuate. 3,000 doggers? Oh, fuck. That's a lot of doggers. Brendan, I hate to say it, but I think somebody's been money laundering under the guise of fecal funnies. Alright, get the fucking money counters. You mean the bean counters? Don't say bean counters. It's gonna make my tummy upset. Shits cutely. Sometimes I hate being a Brendaniel viewer. Why? Why? Everybody poops. Everybody poops. It is a natural part of the human condition. How much money do you get per sub? I don't know, man, like $2. Whatever Twitch decides. Sometimes I wish I could get my friends in here, but I know it's not worth the effort. That's the way it should be. Thanks. Oh, thanks you, anonymous gift sub, for giving a gift sub to Poopy Pyramid TTV. That's $6 enough for a sandwich. True. That's gonna not go to a sandwich. That's gonna go to rent, though. That's the... This is Brendan's whole bit now? No, I'm just... Thinking of fecal funnies. Thinking about Fester funnies. Do it Fester. Do it Adams. Do it light bulb in the mouth. And the light bulb turn on. All right, fecal streamers, shit harder already. Where my Green Fester emote? There was too much Green Fester posting. I decided against it. The Council of Brendaniel has spoken. People got too excited for it. I couldn't give them what they wanted. Real shit, I just keep forgetting to open up Photoshop. I have to change the image to the right size for it to be able to upload. I just keep forgetting about it. And somebody will bring up Green Fester, and I'm like, oh, shit. Plus, like, I don't know how much Green Fester is going to get use. I just keep forgetting. I'm like, I gotta open up Photoshop. I gotta wait for Photoshop to open. Then I gotta download the PNG, find it, download it, size change it. From me, every stream. I already gave you an emote. I gave you the Smug Ape. Smug Ape works a lot better. You have an ape. Be like, do you have McDonald's at home? When's my emote? No, Zaffy, I'd get banned. I can't just be showing Raven Team Leader full asshole out. Come on! I mean, that's kind of the problem, man. Come on? I mean, you've kind of figured out part of the problem, dude. Like the... God, wish he was here. He would love this. This is the Alpha and the Omega. The Brap beginning and the Brand. There isn't that art of Raven Team Leader? There's so much hole. Jesus Christ. There's so much hole. I googled it. There's a lot of hole. And also, yeah, I mean, like, there was gonna be a lot of hole. I could have told you that. I already knew that. Storm Templar also knew that. Oh, you looked at hole. Like, yeah. No, I didn't. Buddy, Rule 34. If it exists, there's part of it. They're drawing pictures of the hamburger helper getting bifurcated with penises. Like, come on now. You're posting carbonated poof water, my liege. I'm seeing some... God damn it. Sometimes chat activates during the most myopic of streams. What is it? This but with joyful Brendan. Not the eye. Ah, thank you for the wall of flesh. If you put the that's you gotta put the tutorial guide in the fire and then you summon him. What has happened now? Wash powerfully, locate pages, find Glumbo, roll up philosophers.
Oh my god, is this Coke from Burger King? Oh, what is that?
Carbonated poop water! Thank you, anonymous user, for gifting a sub to carbonated poop water. Warning, he's here. What the fuck? Live Goku Smurf reaction? Oh, fuck off. God damn it. Thank you, Zaffy, for gifting a sub to Raven Team Leader 69. Giving a gift sub to your alt account, Zaffy. Come on now. No way is there art of that. I'm not looking up Raven Team Leader porn. Stop. I did it once. I'm not doing it again. Willfully ignorant of the ways of men, yeah. There isn't any art of Raven Team Leader but big and round, though. Yeah, there is. I saw it when I typed in NSFW. Willfully ignorant. This is like saying porn of Renamon? What the fuck are you talking about, porn of Renamon? From Digimon? No, I'm maliciously ignorant. Ah, true. Different vibe. What? They made porn of Mario with his cock out? What the hell? Taking 5 Benadryl, going to my computer, typing in Mario Gregnant, Mario Gregnant, Mario Gregnant, Mario Gregnant. My mom checking the search history later. Honey, what's up with the... I was looking at the search history just on a whim, and there's 50 different messages that just say Mario Gregnant. What does that mean? I look at my mom and go, Mario Gregnant. Oh, no way, brother. When I go to the porn computer, if you will, sometimes I just type in bib, I'll type in ass. Sometimes I even type in peen, entering vagine. All I get, not gonna lie. But safe search is turned on, so it's all just anatomy diagrams. Yeah, brother, I'm straight up cracking it. Getting it nasty style, directly to some anatomy dolls. I'm straight up yapping my yarn. I'm slurping my slime, you know? Straight up shooting the goo, straight up into the atmosphere, brother. Sometimes I look at pictures of Kinder Egg surprises, and I imagine that must be what a vagina is like. Orbular and round, with a little toy inside. Shooting goo, straight out of the slime hole, if you know what I mean, brother. What? Huh? What? Well, Hugo is a character that still has legs. I just like doing the voice. Yeah, brother, me and a couple of my friends, we're going to have the big game tomorrow. So if you maybe want to bring over a couple of mozzarella sticks, maybe a couple of jalapeno poppers, maybe bring over some appetizers, maybe like an artichoke chip and some chips, maybe like some nacho cheese, maybe like a big pizza, and perhaps you got to try my wife's home-baked ziti. And don't forget the ridged chips. It's a fun voice to do. Shut up, not the rigged chips, fucking Benny from Fallout New Vegas when he gets taken by the Legion. Me and the boys like to go up on our winter vacation. We like to go up to Alaska. We got a yurt up there. Pretty awesome, brother. If you want to come sometime, we got a big yurt up there. We do ice fishing. We play ice hockey. Maybe we get a little naked and do a little wrestling, you know? Sometimes it gets a bit freaky out there at night. In the Yukon, anything can happen, brother. Come in my yurt, brother. R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. I think pooping my gym brother will rest forever within my mind. Spurt in the yurt, brother. Straight up curtain it. This one's gonna be satisfying when it's clean. When Hulk Hogan thought Bam Margera died, so he tweeted out a memorial message and Bam replied, "I'm still alive, dude. R.I.P. Bam, brother. R.I.P. Hulkster, brother." Poop in my gym, brother. Just for the rest of my days. It will never escape me. It's the funniest thing Hulk Hogan has ever done is just tweet out poop in my gym, brother. What does this mean? And then posting a picture of the poop in his gym and says, "This, brother." Bam did reply to that with the Rip Hogan, yeah. It's fucking 12. I'm gonna beef off. Hopefully I can go to bed at a normal fucking time tonight. Unlikely. But we'll finish up this job the next time. How do I leave? How do I quit the game? There it is. Go to bed? Unlikely! But I got some work to do. I gotta make sure I get the, oh my god, holy, what the fuck? 1 second, sorry, before I leave. Finish the story. The changes are getting a little hard to spot in places because I fucked with it so much. What is happening? Glumbo's dead. Get the fuck out of here. Exfil to the Hooters. Alrighty. Well, thank y'all for coming to the stream. Thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for hanging out with me for a little bit. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your morning or your night. Before I leave, I'm going to shill before I go. It's dap you up with Creator Code Brendaniel. By anything, I fucking spelled it wrong. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm not even going to do the spiel. I'm just going to fucking key these in. I'm not even going to do the spiel. I don't need the spiel. I don't want the spiel. I don't even need the spiel. I don't feel like doing the spiel. Here's your links. Click on them if you want to. Here. All right. I will see y'all tomorrow with, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I don't know if I want to do Katamari just yet. I'm going to have to finish it, and then it's going to be over. So we'll figure it out tomorrow. Bye.